Speedball
Ladies
Mike
and
Bailey
gentlemen,
here to
welcome
welcome
back
you
as we are
to
live here with you,
WrestleCast
episode
Radio.
245,
Hey, this is Joe
as
Doring.
Too
I'm
Cold
here
Scorpio
at
would say,
your
on the
old famous Courtney Hall.
WrestleCast
What's
Radio.
going on? It's Sammy Guevara, the
It's
best
Too Cold
ever.
Scorpio fucks, Alex. Just want you to know that. But how are you doing, sir?
Oh, he does indeed. He's the Colonel
Hello there,
Robert
this
Parker
is the aerial
of
assassin
our
Will
ECW
Ospreay, coming from
generation.
you live from the Tokyo Dome in Japan.
How
And
did
you are
your
listening
evening
to
go, sir? You have a good
WrestleCast
evening with us
Radio.
coming in on the
Digital media
Uber
champion,
late
Joe
night
Henry here.
edition?
Hey, what's up, guys from WrestleCast?
Yeah, the Uber late night. Watch
This
out,
is Flip
Kyle's
Gordon.
lip
Hey, hello
service.
to
Yeah,
all my
doing
friends
well.
of
Went to
WrestleCast Radio.
town
This is
play.
Austin Theory,
Enjoyed some
and you're
wonderful
listening to
chicken wings
WrestleCast Radio
and some
shit.
steak.
Day.
And
Salutations to
yeah,
all the
now
listeners of
after
WrestleCast
killing
Radio,
it again
this
in
is
sales for
Farley
another
Daniels.
week,
What's going on?
even 2
This
weeks before the
is
holiday
man of
season,
the hour, Leo Rush.
feeling really
You are
good. And
officially
yeah, here
listening
we are
to
talking a crazy week.
WrestleCast
Yes.
Radio.
Of pro wrestling, Puro, Joshi, awards, people complaining about 3-minute TV
What's good?
spots,
It's your boy, the coach
and
from the
a lot of
WWE.
people
There's a lot
complaining
of
and
wrestling
wondering
shows out
what
there.
happens
There's a lot of talking
when you
heads
crown
out there. But
the
nobody says
the
more with
people's
less
champion of
than WrestleCast
Impact
Radio.
TNA Wrestling,
You may not always agree with
Ryan,
what they say.
and Mike
You might not always
Santana.
agree with what they do.
2 months
But the
too
one
late,
thing
they
you
might
will
say,
do
becoming world
is
champion.
listen.
Loses it in his
WrestleCast
first
Radio is
defense
on the air.
last night on Impact, as I stated. And then apparently no shows and cuts off contact with TNA office. And when I see the headline as I'm, winding down my busy day or in between performances, I was like, what the hell is this? As it says, Mike Santana
This
not
is
showing up.
WrestleCast
WWE bound. Woo, woo, woo. Ryan, what do we know about this Mike Santana Impact bullshit of a clickbait story by a company, and why is this a no-no?
Well, okay, I gotta kind of just prepare, because this wasn't how I thought we were going to go tonight. Wasn't how I expected to start this show. We've changed our order a lot, and part of it is because this TNA. All right, let's start over. This is we're going to have some positive here before it's over. We're gonna do kind of like what I would like to call. We got really good like lunch meat, but the bread is shit. So we're gonna be talking about some dog shit, and then we're gonna talk about a really fun part. But then it just turns to partial dog shit because of more dog shit that happens. And then they decided to flood that into another company that I love that they... Yeah, so we're gonna have some fun here in this opening segment. TNA Wrestling last night is doing an interview with Mike Santana. Alex, wasn't even a match. The main event of that show
Wasn't even a match? Oh my gosh.
the main event,
They did him
I believe,
dirty.
was Mara Sade versus Jody Threat and Rosemary in a three-way. So,
Excuse me?
Mike Santana's out there, and he's cutting, I believe it was a promo about the Turning Point show tonight. And, of course, they're in Full Sail, obviously, for their show.
Oh.
Go figure, right? They're doing Full Sail for this. And out of nowhere, here comes Dark State, and it's an NXT invasion. And they're in there, and they're beating the shit out of Santana. And then here comes all the TNA guys, and they're rallying the troops, and you're thinking, oh, it's like the invasion angle where everyone's coming to help, the WWF and blah, blah, blah. And nope, they're just doing all this horseshit fighting. Amidst of this happening, you see Nick Nemeth, who's carrying this giant fucking trophy instead of a briefcase for his Money in the Bank thing that he won. And he gets just smoked by some dude in a hood and stomps him out, and then he walks away, and then we don't know what's happening, and they start clearing the ring out and shit like that. And now Mike Santana, he's laying in the corner, and he's holding his arm. And then here comes Frankie fucking Kazarian with another one of these trophy briefcases, because they had 2 winners at Bound for Glory.
How do you have 2 of these men's division? Yeah, how are there 2 of these?
Don't know. Who cares?
What is this, Dragongate with the keys? Like, what's going on here? I thought they were affiliated with Noah.
At least
Through, Eskimos brothers.
At least the keys they just get to hand and go, here it is, as the match is starting. This guy's like, I'm calling my shot. Because remember, it was 2 winners of the Call Your Shot
But they
Battle
really
Royal.
carry a trophy?
Yep.
They really just carry a trophy.
Mhm, the winner of the...
Like, they pulled a Luger Bret Hart? They both eliminated each other at the same time?
Yeah, the winner of the Battle Royal gets what's called the Call Your Shot, whatever the fuck. So they both went out. So now Kazarian's coming out to cash his in. So now Santana is standing there with his chest to the turnbuckle, and he's holding his arm and he's selling. And for some reason, the ref and Frankie Kazarian literally take about 15 seconds like they do in the WWE with that briefcase. You sure you want to do this? I'm cashing in. You really want to do this? And Santana keeps looking behind him like, when the fuck is this going to start? So finally they come in and he hits him with his finisher, and Santana sells the shit out of it. It looked great, and he kicks out, and they start working. And then via a botched roll-up that they couldn't even, that Kazarian didn't even do right, gets the victory and wins the title 32 days after Santana wins the title.
Oh my gosh. Who the fans wanted as champion months prior. Months. In New York. Where they sold 8,000 tickets, right?
Oh.
Where it was grander than WrestleMania or like WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Shame on you, AEW.
7,794 fans at the Tsongas Center in Lowell, Mass., which Brandon Thurston is now debunked, and it was only 5,554, which is a pretty damn good number for TNA, but they overinflated by 2,240 tickets. Like, come on, man.
Weren't those all suites, or did they not count the workers? Or did they count the workers?
They probably counted the popcorn guys. So, anyway,
Ouch.
so then there's a report that Mike Santana is not showing up. He's not answering phone calls. And then, reportedly, he arrived for TNA's Turning Point tonight. And spoiler alert, him and Steve Macklin beat Nemeth and Kazarian in 10 minutes in the main event of this pay-per-view. Whatever, who the fuck cares? Now it's coming out that it's an angle, which makes me even more mad because we literally just had this with stupid-ass Rollins.
Twice. Pseudo twice.
And all it did was piss off the locker room because they're working the boys. I'm not saying this is working the boys, but for the love of God, why do you have to do everything WWE is doing? Nothing is helping you.
It's a clickbait storyline.
You literally built this guy to be your... So now people are saying they took the title off him because his contract's up at the end of the month and he's going to NXT. So now there's a rumor he's not even going to be in the company anymore. So what the fuck did you put the belt on him for? Second off, if he's going to NXT... Why do you have to take the belt off him? They love having their guy. Kalani Jordan's the champion in your women's division, and Trick Williams was your men's champ, and they're both under contract with NXT. Yes. So who the fuck cares? Why are we putting 50-year-old Kazarian as your champion? Nothing against Kazarian, but I'm sorry. You had a great run in 2003 in the X division. It's 2025.
I mean, he is the definition of like timeless. I mean, for 53, Jesus, if I look like that at 23, I'd be excited. Plus, he owns a cigar company.
But like, just because like he started a cigar company with Cody Rhodes doesn't mean you should belt this guy up.
No, but I mean, who else do you got on that roster? How do you have that roster?
You have Mike Santana as your champion, and just leave it alone.
Yeah. They, like I said, it's a clickbait angle. They thought it was going to be something that people were talking about. And guess what? People were talking about it, but also like you and I scratching their heads like, what sense does this make when you're just over convoluting, something for nothing? When it could easily be something where you're building Santana up. I didn't know his contract was up at the end of the month. So, of course, the conspiracy theorists are out there, but I mean, yeah, as you stated, why would it matter? But I think for the Kazarian aspect, I mean, why not? If you want to do something of a shocker, but my thing is, again, when you have two of these people carrying a big ass trophy around, try to get that through security. It's just it's stupid for over convoluted sakes. Like but it's also the most TNA thing of 2025. It seems like, besides the last table.
It's like, God, man,
It's just stupidity and mediocrity. Like it doesn't make sense. Like I don't know. Is that why I don't watch DNA? Don't make sense action.
What gets me too is like, this company was like on the right track for a couple minutes. Then they start tripping over their fucking wiener, not knowing what to do, and now it's just like AAA, where they got Dunn and Bate teaching the guys how to work the E style. They're mindless drones who do what they're told.
Do you think Dunn and Bate are having fantastic just matches while they're training them? Do you think they're doing like 20-minute bangers just for no one but who are training?
I mean, potentially.
Like progress style matches?
I think I love those guys, and I think it's a great opportunity for them, is what I'm saying.
Hey, they got jobs. Yeah, I mean, that's all we can ask. But there was so much potential. I mean, shit, he's 18, 19, winning a championship in Chicago, which was, I think, my match of the year, if not number 2. I'm pretty sure that was my match of that year at the NXT show. And I was like, these guys are the future. These guys build them right. And we love them from Progress, obviously. But yeah, at least Bate is working. I mean, I know he had that injury, but that was so long ago. He has the charisma. He had the hair. He has the mustache. So what the fuck? But hey, they got jobs in this world that we're at now. Hey, at least they're doing something that they love and they're trading.
There's a couple people too who are saying that that Pete Dunne is kind of becoming Triple H is like Pritchard to Vince, like his.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So it explains why he's being given this much role. Which, you know what? Fuck yeah! I bet you Pete Dunne could book better than that fucking idiot.
If he gains that trust, why not?
So TNA we're gonna just serving shit sandwiches. It boggles my mind.
Does anybody remember this in a month? Does anyone remember this during Christmas?
I think I think it's gonna get remembered for a bad reason. It's not gonna get remembered as, oh, that was a random title change. I think it's gonna be, remember when TNA fucking wasted Mike Santana?
Yeah. Honestly, I'll probably forget it in 24 hours.
Yeah.
But.
No, I think the only reason I'm is because I'm just mad about how bad it is. But you're right. I mean, God, this is so stupid.
But hey, I mean, it's not like WWE has any effect or authority on, random title changes, especially, to Puro legends, but I'm sure we'll get to that.
Oh yeah,
in a second.
When we talk about Noah XT, as it now is, their heavyweight and tag champs are their guys, and we'll wait to talk about it because I've got to ask you something about that Noah show. Did you see everything on Noah?
No, I told you I saw none of Noah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I remember it was one or the other. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Let's just look. We'll just go into it now and get it over with because I'd rather do the good and then do one more bad and just get the fuck off of this company because it's just so annoying. It's and I'm gonna so Hank and Tank defeat Masaki Tamiya, Hank Walker and Tank Ledger.
I don't know who these people are. Why are they beating Japanese legends?
Yes, Takashi Sugiura is jobbing to Tank Ledger. And Masaki Tamiya, who's the guy I think that should have won the N1.
Yeah, should have won the championship.
Yeah, after winning the N1. Not only does he not win it, but then Kenta drops it to the returning wearing a cowboy hat and jeans, Yoshiki Inamura, who then cuts his post-match promo in English. And everyone's like, what? And then he did some Japanese, and then he closed it back out in English again. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is... So now...
I just love, though, how that's how they think of Americans, as just cowboy hats and cowboy boots, because he was in Florida, not Texas.
Well, no, you got to remember he was wearing the cowboy hat because he got it from his best friend in NXT. And I can't,
Was it Hank?
I can't remember.
Or Tank?
I can't, it's neither of them, but I can't remember his name. Fuck.
I hope it was Almost. Almost is the only best transplant from the E to Noah. Let's be real. That's still the best
Inamura,
cameo of 2025.
he tagged with fucking Josh Briggs. That's the guy's name. Josh Briggs, who beat him in his last NXT match.
All of a sudden, we're back to Japan.
Yeah. He puts over Josh Briggs in a street fight, and then goes back to Japan, and then he wins the title from Kenta.
Then he wins the. So does that mean Josh Briggs is better than the GHC heavyweight champion, Ryan? Is that what you're telling me? I couldn't pick Josh Briggs out of a lineup. Who was he? Steve Macklin?
God, I don't know. And if anybody cares, last night from the Sunny Voyage show that had more Grand Prix first round, it had the other Noah matches. Fuck, I shouldn't have looked at this. There was actually something to watch on this. Eita defeats Ohara, Amakusa beats Jun Masaoka, Tadasuke beats Daga, and Hayata defeats Yuto Kikuchi. So the rest
Daga lost to Tadasuke?
yeah, that sucks. We gotta see more Tadasuke in
I can't believe I just defended Daga, but we have the last year because he's been awesome in 2025.
Him and Daiki Odashima, that junior tag title match was so good.
Yeah,
But-
I was just like, oh,
Are you ready for the main event of Sunny Voyage in
Yes,
Saitama
yes.
at the Espori Isanuma? I don't know. They had 300 people showed up for this show. 304. In 14 minutes and 3 seconds, the team of Harutoki, Kaito Kiyomiya, and Naomichi Marufuji were beat by Yoshiki Inamura and Hank and Tank.
boy.
All three of the NXT guys coming out getting the dub.
Oh, boy.
So, Noah, I love you, but
You remember Kaito Kiyomiya tried to be an NXT guy, though, and he was supposed to bring
Muda's bags.
Muda to the U.S. And then they're like, "Now we're not going to get him an interview." And he's like, "Nope, you're not coming then. Guess who's going to come?" And now champion.
I tell you, Alex, I love Noah. I defend Noah so much. But I don't know if I can do defending him anymore. Like I will never cancel the subscription. I'll always watch it.
It's only 2 shows. It's only 2 shows.
Yeah. I just got to tell myself.
The
Noah
Hank
the
and
New
take
Year.
of it all. The Hank and take of it all.
What
If we get the rumor Tanahashi, not Tatsuna, Shinsuke Nakamura on opposing tag teams for the New Year's show?
Is that a rumor?
What do you think about that loophole? That is a rumor. That is a rumor.
I need to look for that. I'm intrigued by that. I think that could be fun. Tanahashi and Nakamura, Noah, New Year.
Just due to the fact that another rumor, an innuendo, as they say, Tony Khan apparently blocked the Shinsuke Nakamura Hiroshi Tanahashi retirement match January 4th at the Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom 20. Blocked any communication with their since they have the relationship with New Japan and Bushi Road there, which Tanahashi and Shinsuke Nakamura did want to have that final battle at Wrestle Kingdom, but we'll get to who's taking that spot here in a second. What did you find there, Ryan?
What I found is there's no official reports of a match between Tanahashi and Nakamura at the New Year's event. However, there were discussions about a potential match for them. What is it? That says they're just contradicting. Nakamura did participate last year against Ulka Sasaki. There was discussions that they were going to wrestle last year on that show, but instead they went with Ulka Sasaki against Nakamura.
Well, no, this is something that I saw currently. It was like from a day ago.
Yeah.
From like a random wrestling gimmick. So, I mean, like I said, a rumor.
Yeah, see,
Rumor.
like that was the other one too. I'm trying to find it. I don't want to read it I don't want to like go off of what I read like an hour ago. But I thought I had it on Discord here, but maybe I don't. I had gotten from an actual person that Tony Khan had nothing to do with the Nakamura thing, and I believe that. And you know what? If he blocked Nakamura, I'm fucking glad he did, because fuck that company. They want to put you out of business, they can suck it. I wouldn't want to help them anyway. Several sources in New Japan have confirmed that AEW never shut down the match, and there wasn't even any discussion to have Nakamura, because they knew it would have been a pipe dream to get the E to agree to it. And that's coming from people in New Japan. So, who knows on what's going on there? But at the same time, like, even if he did, I wouldn't be mad at him. Why would you want to help that company?
For history. That's why Edge is going to the E to
It's not
face
going
John
to
Cena.
the E. they're going to get Zack Ryder or Joe Hendry or something to do it.
Yeah, Zack Ryder already came out.
No, are you kidding?
Zack Ryder.
Oh, did he have radio? Tell me everything you know. Did he come out to that?
It's stupid because why wouldn't you bring him out at the Garden? Like, it doesn't make sense.
That's what I thought they would have done. That's what I said.
Against Solo Sikoa,
Oh my
doesn't that make more
God.
sense? Because he could get his ass kicked.
Alex, I'm
But
sitting
they're
here
fucking
with
idiots.
I'm sitting here with my hands in my head is in my hands right now, and I'm looking down.
They already have 3 fucking Zack Ryder shirts on the shop.
No way. WWE.
He's never ready anymore.
Are you serious? The broski of the week. You know it, and I know it. Oh Lord, do you think he's back
Not
full time?
2010. Hope not. Partial?
Is this he's there because Chelsea Green got him in? Chelsea.
Yeah, she's selling hats, man.
Oh my God! No wonder I can't believe this. I'm looking at this. No, this.
No,
WWE
Cody's
show.
his best bro. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
It was
whatever.
It was inevitable. I think that would have happened anyway.
But at least him and Cena should have like a bump, like a run-in with each other backstage.
Oh wait, was Ryder not in the tournament?
No, he was. I don't know if he won. I don't give a shit. But
Oh,
he faced LA Knight,
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
assuming LA Knight beat him.
Yeah. God, it's just dry. So, anyway, so Noah and TNA are just jerking off WWE here, and it's just this ended up where like Alex was like, we're starting with this because we need to go in hot. And I was like, perfect, let's go.
We're gonna get you a TV deal on Tubi,
So
Roku channel, Evolve.
it's just in the midst of all this, like how, I don't know, man. I think we need to talk about the positive here. Is we had a really good segment on Raw that you got me to watch with Dom.
Hey,
and
wait, time
Cena.
out. Positive with the Noah NXT thing. Let's just be real. If we can get a Javion Evans Ata match,
That would be
win.
fun. Like, I don't
Also,
mind
by
that
the way,
their guys
he-
there. Like, I don't mind that they're
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
Because, like, Charlie Dempsey was great. To be fair, this Hank and Tank match with them was my favorite match of the show. I just,
oh Jesus!
as we're yeah, it was the only, I went 3 3/4 on it. I didn't go notebook on anything. But when we're watching this, I'm watching this with a few people that hadn't really seen Noah. And I'm like, this might actually be a really good match because they're not working the WWE style, so maybe they'll be able to do something we didn't see. And I was
Nope.
like, plus maybe we're gonna get to see Masaki Tamiya kill one of these guys with a move for the finish when they beat him. And then when it was over, I'm like, wait a minute. They're like, and everyone's like, I thought you said they weren't winning. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
So then instantly,
I mean,
we knew
it was a
Inamura winning.
deadlock. Yeah, it was a deadlock in Amuro. When he shows up with the cowboy hat the show prior, you're like, oh, he's winning the championship. Especially when Kitamiya, doesn't win. You're just like, well, what was the point?
And like, I don't hate it because they're trying a new guy, and that's what you should do. But
Yeah.
you can't tell me that WWE doesn't have influence on this booking. That's my problem with it.
Yeah, and they definitely should not. They should not have anything to do with Wrestle Universe, I should
And
say.
the worst part is, even if they didn't have anything to do with the booking, Noah sure thought they had to belt those guys up, didn't they?
Man, how sad is Kaito Kiyomiya at the time? But like you said, let's get back to the good
Yes.
in the week of wrestling.
Alex, put over this segment because once we're done putting it over, I've literally figured out why I can't stand this company, and I'm gonna just go into it. But I want you to praise this bitch like you did because you got me to watch it.
So Monday night to John Cena back in his hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. Well, technically starts the show, but we had to bow down to the king, the cerebral assassin. Paul Levesque was in the ring already. He glazes John Cena on being a company man and basically says, hey, you saved us, even though it was some of the dark times in WWE history. John Cena comes out to a massive pop, obviously due to his hometown, but it was awesome. And then the 12-year-old wrestling fan of me came out, and I'm like, oh shit, like he's done. Like this is gonna be awesome. He cuts the promo. Again, H calls him the GOAT. Which I mean, he checks all the boxes. Let's be real, on some Rushmore talks, but that's for another day. But Cena, kind of does the promo thing, and then Dom Mysterio comes out to massive heat, where 100% of the time, Ryan, as we know, Dom gets cheered everywhere. They made a Vikingo go heel.
Well,
They loved Dom Mysterio so much
to be
down in
fair,
AAA.
They booed Vikingo against Del Rio too. They hated
But still,
Del Rio.
They cheered the shit out of Dom
Yeah,
at
they
Triple
did. They
because
loved
they
him.
sold out that bitch. And Dom Mysterio comes out, cuts a promo. He speaks Spanish threateningly to Cena. And then he just goes and says, I beat old men. How dare you? Put him in the ring. I am the man. I am the best luchador, the best intercontinental champion. And he just has so much confidence, Ryan. And you're like, he belongs here. And guess what? He kicked in something. Cena went ham. Cena went into destroy mode, as you have seen in the past, against Roman Reigns, against The Rock, against CM Punk. List goes on and on against Edge, where he will cut that one scathing promo where he's going to, do a pseudo heel turn in a way, and he kind of goes at Dom, but it's not as bad because it's a sign of respect because Dom went toe to toe, and it was amazing, and the boos were aplenty. If they were piped in or not, I believe a lot of that was organic. And everybody knew the assignment, if you will, and they just had a great promo. And, they basically told Dom that you fucked up. And then Triple H, the best thing he's done in a long time, he was like, hey, Dom, I kind of agree with them back there. And he's like, let's start a fight. You said anytime, any place, Intercontinental Championship on the line. Really good back and forth match. John Cena totally, as he stated, I am invincible, as he does the Super Cena to Dom, as Dom hits his finisher and Cena just picks him up, lifts him over. A fireman's carry, 1, 2, 3. Grand Slam champion, we can see him only for a few more days, but this was what makes wrestling cool and special. And this was a rumored matchup for Survivor Series, but I still think you do Mysterio, since they had a pretty damn good promo 1v1 the week prior. So I believe that's the match you go with, obviously, and Cena as your new Intercontinental Champion in the most of Raw I've watched since Travis Scott sparked that blunt at the Intuit Dome, Intuit Dome down out in LA. Shout out to the Fallen Clippers and Kawhi Leonard.
Man,
But
fuck the
Ryan,
Clippers. They don't shout out for the Clippers.
as you stated, you were pretty okay with this segment. Like I said, you got to take out the Triple H of it all, but the one-on-one promo exchange was awesome. The match was good. Mysterio, my God, have that man beat CM Punk at WrestleMania and watch that fucking roof blow off in Las Vegas.
See, but like, I didn't think he got cheered in WWE. I thought he only got cheered in Mexico.
No, he's been cheered since he got out of prison.
Oh,
People love Dom.
well, I guess since I don't watch it anymore, I'm not very inept. So
That's when you did watch it, sir. That's when you watched.
I
Triple
never remember
H.
him getting booed or cheered. That's my bad. Yeah, it was great. I mean, he did a really good job. He cut a promo. It felt organic. It didn't feel written by some guy who probably uses a typewriter in the back and then bing and hands him the paper to read. Like, it felt organic. It was good. They fed off each other. But like I said, they didn't have to crank up the noise, man. It was so organic, but they just can't help themselves. It stinks, man, because I want them to be good. I love wrestling. I want to watch wrestling. All I do is watch wrestling when I'm home. Every day. I sit and watch wrestling. And it would just give me...
He's single, ladies. He's single.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Like, I don't do anything else. And I can't do it. It just... And like you said, Triple H involved and everything, and somebody...
Yeah, but the positive, I think, outweighs the negatives.
It does.
Because you could just fast forward and then use your imagination and
Well,
you could block out the buffer boos. But I honestly didn't even recognize that they were sounded in because...
Well, the only reason I did is because now that I understand when it happens, I can never unhear it. It's just like every time like fucking like one of my things go off at work for like the fitting room. You know what I mean? It's like I just hear it every time. It's a bad example, but like now that I hear it every time now. So it's not like I'm trying to even seek it out, which is what bugs me. But to your point, no, I don't want to have to fast forward and make believe he's not there. I just want them to not fucking do it. Why should I have to change how I watch wrestling because of a company? No, I just won't watch them then. That's my problem. And I just... Triple H wants to be Dana White so fucking bad, it makes me sick. What do you think people would say if Adam Silver was on the poster for the NBA Finals? You know what I mean?
It would be an interesting poster.
What would people do if fucking Roger Goodell was on the Super Bowl promo? It would never happen. This fucker's on the WrestleMania front and center.
Yeah, because he looks cool in a suit.
Nick Aldis looks cool in a suit.
Well, yeah, but he's British, so...
Triple H is the reason I've never liked Triple H. I cheered for The Rock at SummerSlam in that ladder match. I've never been a Triple H guy. And I truly think he's the reason I hate this company so bad, because his vision of wrestling changed at some point. And I just can't, like, man, when he was running NXT, I could not wait for him to take over this roster. prime NXT days, man, were incredible. Gargano.
I think the big
Andrade.
difference though is you're answering more to your board about. I mean, it's legit. The corporate structure is a lot different down there in Florida, in little, in a small performance center. Hence why they're building a bigger one to, the corporate offices in Connecticut, which, he had some stroke there, but it wasn't the power, obviously, and what he had, more of the responsibilities that he's given now. So that's, just like corporate America in general, you answer to those people more so than the people that actually make your product, a relevant thing.
But even before TKO bought him, it sucked. Like, it wasn't good then.
Yeah, but 18-minute matches. Everyone loved it. Women.
But yes, I am glad that division had evolved into what it was at one time. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's a me problem, I'm sure, and that's why
I think there's a lot more to it. I think there's a lot more above his head, especially with the rumors of when his contract was up here within a year or two, that they would just axe him out. The Rock was just going to boot his ass out and basically, get someone else, like a Gerwitz or something like that. So he probably did that for the reason, where he's like, okay, I got to play ball their way. Just because he wants a job still.
I don't think they think he knows what he's doing. I think TKO thinks he's an imbecile.
No,
I think TKO can't wait to get rid of that guy at some point. I don't know. I don't know.
He's in the cabinet now. He's at the White House all the time. So
well, so he's got his own thing. Go be a politician, brother. That's fantastic. I hope you cure world hunger and make it a better place, man. That's be a great thing. Thank you, John Paul Levesque. But you need to get out of wrestling for a little bit, because even when he was a worker, he was a douchebag who didn't do shit for anything. Like that, I think that's my problem. Is I saw this coming a million miles away. I'm like, this guy won't put people over as a champion. Why the fuck is he gonna want to put people over or do things that aren't gonna benefit him then? And he's still in the spotlight. I don't know. I think you had an opportunity to really, really make Dom more than just a mid-card act, and really get him to start getting towards that upper mid-card as a heel, and he didn't need to be there. It's like I said to you, and I think you even agreed with me on this. If the roles reversed, Triple H would have went into business for himself and told Dom to get the fuck out of the ring. He would say, it's Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. Tell him to get the fuck out of the ring. It's my moment. And Dom's not going to do that. I don't blame him. I wouldn't do that either. I'd just sit and Cena sat there and played ball. He had his arm hanging out.
Yeah, like I said, he's
Yeah,
he's the ultimate businessman or company man. So I mean, it's not no shame in your game.
No, and especially none
to
Cena whatsoever.
But there's no loyalty, and I don't think in the world anymore. And I it'll be interesting once Cena's done, how many times he shows up, at an anniversary show or anything like that, or if he's just done. He's more of a Vince guy, obviously, than a Triple H guy. I mean, look at that 22, WrestleMania 22, kind of whole setup, and the background behind that match, the blue blood versus the tough kid from the streets of, Massachusetts. But, it'll be really telling, come, Raw 2000 if John Cena shows up. So I don't know, but I thought it was a hell of a time. It was something positive for that company. War Games, I don't know. It's to me not worth the ESPN subscription. So do better.
Here's exactly what I was thinking about. Somebody literally asked me today. He goes, "Hey, you gonna watch War Games? I think it's a 3 versus 3 War Games." I said, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's only Cody, Punk, and Jey Uso against the Bronson Breaker and Bronson Reed and Logan Paul." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And they're like, "You gonna watch it?" I said, "No, I already watched my War Games, and it was fucking incredible on Wednesday. I'm not watching that shit. It's gonna be even worse because that's gonna be what I'm gonna compare it to because I'm an asshole. You know, like I'm gonna be putting the two against each other, going, I don't know about this one. I don't know
They've
about
had
this one."
enough. They had more blood in the women's blood and guts match than I think the E has had in like 7 years, and definitely more than the War Games matches combined.
Yeah. So we're gonna put that on last for you guys because we're gonna be throwing. And I told Alex this last night. I said I am going to eat more crow than I've ever eaten on our show. And it's going to stink because I'm going to take a victory lap and then throw that victory lap right in the toilet when we talk AEW. But yeah, so that's what's going on in the world of America and in WWE and TNA and Noah XT. And I guess now in TNA
Oh,
too,
so Cena. Oh, sorry, TNA. What are they doing over there already?
Ava's launch. Ava and whatever the fuck that other guy's name is, Joe.
Santino Marella?
No, the promoter guy, Joe Gomez. No, that's a jobber. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Gomez. And he throws his arm in the air.
Yeah. Oh my God! Someone just did a highlight of Joe Gomez on one of the old school wrestling pages. Like no joke.
I showed Brian that website I sent you, that YouTube with all those compilations, and we watched a 20-minute Vader squash fest the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect.
It was fucking the hell. Well, speak of the devil. I was wondering what that noise was. Sorry about that.
Didn't mean to crash the party.
No, you're tight.
I was just listening.
We got. Like I said, I told Alex. I said, yeah, we've had some people just in here listening live when we've done these shows. And lo and behold, one of those is right here, Brian Clacker. Thank you, Brian, for listening. And I had to put over.
I'm just gonna say hi and thank you, and I'm gonna continue listening. Thank you.
Jeez.
Brian
What a scumbag that guy is. Jeez.
I love it. Yeah, we're just going through all these matches, and I was like, I really need to go to bed, but we should watch this fucking Vader comp. He's just killing people. It's so tight.
How dope was that? Was it like Vader or like just a career spanning of Vader squashes?
It's Vader on WCW Pro, which was like the 9 a.m. Saturday morning show.
Oh, that's even better.
So it's just him fighting guys that none of us had ever heard of. Just killing people. Like, he had his full mask from Japan and shit. Not that, like, red one, the black one and stuff.
Yeah, the fucking Mastodon shit, that was like the coolest gimmicks.
Yeah, he was cool. So
my Juggernaut figure from Toy Biz was my Vader when I would do wrestling with all my comic book action figures.
Everybody had to have done that, where they found, like, I had a Rick Martel Hasbro, and we put pants on him and painted his face and made him Muda. But then I used the wrong kind of paint, so his face was just sticky the whole time, so I didn't use him anymore.
Whoa.
And then obviously we had, I had Brett and Sean as the Killer Torpedoes, and they would feud with the Superpowers, which was Sting and the Foot Clan Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the movie action figure. And
the Ooze figure.
Yeah, the one that, like, it was the one that when they kidnapped Raph, that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I made that one Jushin Liger, so it was Sting and Liger against the Killer Torpedoes. That was my teams.
Sting. And WC. Oh yeah, I guess they did have WCW figures.
So now we're gonna have some fun with it. Some good stuff. Good stuff coming up here, especially after talking about that Mike Santana shit.
Yeah.
We got a little Dragongate, Gate of Destiny night 2. Alex, this show is fucking fun, man. So glad we gave it a week to watch and really get into it. Whew, I know I always like to start at the top, but Jackie Funky Kame and Rita, love and passion. defeating Yuki Yoshioka and Dragon Dia. Code Red from Rita. I went 4.5 on it, Alex. This match was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Rita's a Reva, or I should say a Rita-lation, in the Puro scene, especially in the junior division of Dragongate. Just wonderful athleticism. Him and Dia, UT. Just so many of these juniors we've watched grown over the years where they could just take over matches now. And Rita just getting pin after pin on these shows that we watched, and we won't even get into the King of Gate yet, but that surprising 2 title changes back to back on this show.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a surprising thing in the main event there. But I mean, again, when you're building what this company does better out of every
Yeah, they do.
wrestling and Puro company is they fucking throw the rocket on their young talent. They're like, we've had you since you were 15 or younger in some cases, but you've been around. You didn't get caught in Mexico with heavy amounts of marijuana, so we are going to push you to the moon. And shout out SBK.
That was our guy, man. SBK was like he's like the new Nick Wayne for me when it came to like the WrestleCast darling. After that cage
To badass charisma, you mean?
Oh my god, yeah, what was the first the reason, you know this, Alex, the reason I have all these wrestling event picture frames that we watch and talk about that I like to remember, the first one I ever did was from that woman who did the painting of the 10-man disband match with Team Dragongate and RED. And that's right behind my TV. It's the first one I've ever done.
Yeah, now she commissions for way more than what you got yours for.
I got mine for free, so I got lucky. I got you guys have a great product and talk Dragongate. Here it is. Thanks.
Shout out to Jackie Kamei, the funky, the former funky one. Now is preaching, peace and love and peace.
Love and peace.
Just doing again, just his growth. Like again, they were just like, you look like Jackie Chan. We're gonna call you Jackie Kamei. Where he took that gimmick. Plus, I swear he's been 4 other gimmicks, and he can rock a pair of suspenders better than anybody in overalls.
Can he wear them better than heel?
Oof.
I didn't mean to put you in a hard spot there, but I was.
The only reason I'm gonna give it to the funky one is because he's got gold around his waist right now. So it's the one up on Chia. But no, this was a good main event. Shout out to Dragon Dia again. Speaking of someone who
he's so talented,
still looks like a baby, but the 5 years that he's been wrestling, and maybe the time that he's been in the Super Junior tournaments over the last couple of years, you see the progression, and he's just going to get better. But he leads this match. But when he walks down to that ring now with that mask, that Dragon Kid-esque type of mask, you just feel the presence. And yeah, he can ride a skateboard every now and then. Sting had a surfboard at one time, but Dragon Dia is definitely the guy where I think he can lead this company within 1 or 2 more years. He's already had title matches and he's proven himself, but I think you can make this guy the face of your company, as he is one of them right now, I think. But he's just, I don't think at that level, but give it a year or 2, man, and this guy is Dragongate.
And like you said, with the way that their product's different. Dragon Dia debuted like with a month left of 2018. The guy has had a cup of coffee in the business. Yuki Yoshioka was the 2016 class, but a lot of that was just being a young boy in with Mochizuki Dojo. And then you look at, Rita. When did Minarita start? When he was, because he was Takumi Hayakawa. His first match was October 24th of 2021.
Oh,
This guy's
jeez.
been wrestling for 4 years. You know, a good old JFK, Jackie Funky Kame, just pulling him up for shits and gigs. He debuted with a week left in 2019, and then he came in during
Yeah,
COVID, so he probably couldn't even wrestle for a while because of COVID.
because he was with that class, right? With SBK and
Yeah, and Daya and guys like
Daya.
that,
Yep.
yeah. And Kento Kabune was in that, which was SBK.
Kakuda.
And Hyo was in it because I think he was Hyo Watanabe or something then.
Yep.
But like, this is their main event. It's not, like, here's a perfect example. If this was, and I'm not using this to shit this time on WWE. I'm just using it to prove a point about why you put over Dragongate so well. So once again, I don't mean this is a shit on it, but if this was a WWE show, the number 3 match on this show would have probably been the main event. It was the number 3 out of 8 match. Yamato, Dragon Kid, BB Hulk, and Naruki Doi against Ultimo Dragon, Masaki Mochizuki, Problem Dragon, and Ho Ho Lun. That's a main event match over there because it's the established guys. Even if this was New Japan, that's probably a chance to be your main event. But in here, and then the match before, Ishin, Yoshiki Kato, Homare, Shun, they're all young. All these young guys. Hyo is working Ishimori. These are all the matches after fucking intermission are young guys. Because they know you have to get to the next level or you're just going to go stagnant and die. Noah is at the point where they're using, and fucking Hank and Tank are the goddamn tag champions, man.
What did they draw with Hank and Tank as champions? 350 people?
No, 304 came to watch Hank, Tank, and Itamura beat Kaito Kiyomiya, Marufuji, and Haratoki, who they signed away from Michinoku Pro to try to make him a guy.
Do you think they're going to try to bring back Omos?
I don't fucking care. I mean, I shouldn't say that because him and Jack Morris were tight, but like now
Yes, they were.
Now I understand more and more why there's rumors that Jack Morris is going to leave the company. I wonder why.
He's so talented.
Because they're probably like, see, what I think is going to happen is he's going to fucking leave Noah and end up at NXT, and then I'm not going to care about him. Just like what did everyone was like? Oh my God, they just signed Mariah May. They stole Mariah May. Tony Khan probably couldn't wait to said that's fine, you can have her. Because she's done nothing over there. And I'm sorry, but that's what's going to happen to Jack Morris. They're going to fucking call him they're going to call him Gary Gaetti or something.
Whoa, baseball legend, the Rat.
They're gonna be, you can't be Jack Morris. You're going to be Frank Viola. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the shit they're going to do to the guy. It's like what everyone thought that, what did you say they were going to change Jay White's name to?
Forget.
Like Jason Blue or something? Like some just, it's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched at all.
Chuck Liddell.
The goddamn
with
Dragon Gate, man. Oh,
with Dragon Gate being excellent in the execution
well,
of
Bill
their
Goldberg would have
pushing,
said that.
in the pushing of the youth in this company, why don't they attract free agents like a possible Jack Morris?
Because I don't think they want them.
So they're just like, hey, we got our own thing, we got our own system. We're good with the money we make. So like, bye. You know, we don't want you, Suwama.
So I'll say it again too, which I think, I don't remember if it was last show or one of the last times we talked about it. They have ran 152 shows so far in 2025. Nobody runs more shows than Dragon Gate. They eat. And you know why they're so damn good is because, think of it this way.
The reps.
Well, that's the one thing is all these guys get so many reps. I mean,
yeah, I was about to say, Jesus. Well, what did they say? They were like, not Rita. One of them's just started wrestling this year, and they've had 75 matches.
Yeah. Kazuma Kimura doesn't even
He started in like March or April, and he's wrestled 73 times. I rewound to like 17, different, times because I was like, did he just say 73? Like he had 73 matches in less than like a calendar year, and I was like, that's
So,
bonkers. But like you
so
said, they travel.
look at this. So January 11th of 2023 was when Daiki Yanaguchi made his debut. So it'll be 3 years in January. He's already wrestled 182 matches.
Is that more than the technical legend?
I probably had 50 matches in my day. I'll go, oh my God, they added Jackson, Florida, and Jiro Shinbashi on the Gate of Nostalgia. I can't wait for this show on 17th. Because it's Mochizuki Dojo
Mad Blanky
against Love and Peace. It's the Strong Machines against the Jimmies. It's Deep Drunkers, Mad Blanky, and Gajidokuro in a three-way. RED versus Masquerade. And then Akatsuki against Maximum. Which I don't know why. Oh, Naruki Doi's and Mad Blanky. I don't know why he's not in Maximum.
Isn't Shingo there?
Shingo is not work. Oh yeah, he's part of Akatsuki. It's Chihiro.
Yep.
It's Punch Tominaga, Cyber Kong, and Shingo. So he's gonna wear the
Does
mask.
Shingo?
He's gonna be Cyber Kong. He's actually gonna wear the mask again and shit, and like paint the abs on his stomach.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
my king is back.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Yuki Yoshioka is going to be part of RED, and he's gonna be Dia Inferno with that big white mask thing again.
That's rad. I can't wait to watch this.
It's Dia
Do
Inferno.
you
It's sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You're just get this. The sixth man is Masquerade, so it's Dia, Jason Lee, and Shun, and I believe they're gonna wear their old Masquerade gimmicks, and they're gonna face RED, and it's gonna be Hyo, but like H.Y.O, like when he was a heel.
Yep.
And then Dia Inferno, and then Luis Monte is gonna be Diamante. It's gonna rock, man. This is gonna be awesome. And then Genki's
I like how they're like
be,
Gate of Nostalgia, and that was a year ago.
it's they're doing Genki Horiguchi
Not RED,
as
but...
HAG and then it's going to be Jimmy Kagatora and Jimmy Susumu with Jimmy Saito as the man. So they're doing all the it's so good.
Jimmy's.
I can't wait for this. And then they're gonna do Jackie Kame, Mochi Jr. and Rita against Mochizuki Dojo. I was like, that's perfect.
Oh, nice.
So it's Dragongate, man. If you started your own company, Alex, and you had this prize pupil, say we'll use Brian as an example. I still think Brian is one of the best guys I've ever seen in a ring that I know, and that's why I love the guy, I support him like crazy. I went to everything. If I was starting a company, I know what I would do. But if you had a guy like that on your roster, and you had an opportunity to send him anywhere for a year excursion, where are you sending him?
DDT Pro Wrestling. No, Dragon Gate.
Yeah,
Dragon Gate.
Because why? That's why I don't think they sign people. They just go, we don't need your guys. We'll make our own stars.
Makes sense. I was just wondering. I didn't realize I knew they ran shows, but I didn't know they ran shows.
Yeah,
That's like a fucking 80s WWF, like for the Puro companies of today. It's like that type of schedule. Where like
just in November, they've ran a show on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 13th, 15th, and 17th. They've ran Yokkaichi, Osaka. They've ran Nagano. They've ran Tokyo. They've run Kobe. They've ran Ehime. They've ran Tottori. They ran Nagoya. They've ran Kanagawa. They've ran Aichi. They're literally going to every province and hitting everywhere.
Does Shingo get the biggest pop at this Gate of Nostalgia?
Ooh, the shows in Shinjuku.
Do these fans of today's Dragon Gate, do they care and know of the Dragon Shingo?
I think they'll appreciate it. I think it'll be fun. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a good fucking show, man.
It's all tags, like it's great. Like
and if there's one company that it's like, well, they have all tags, This is the one company
No,
where
that,
you're like,
it's
awesome.
perfect. No, it's perfect. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like, and
like-
it's just all units.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't they have a dead or alive cage match?
Oh, that would be.
Like, wouldn't that have been like fucking great?
God, that'd have been tight. Just because of the nostalgia of it. Oh, getting
Just to kick
nostalgia. See what I did there?
just to kick a random just kick a random member out of a group. Like, I'm not even a part of this group anymore. And then it ends. You're like, oh, okay.
They have Ho Ho Loon get kicked out of the Chinese Super Ninjas or whatever they're called with Jason Lee and Jackie Kame.
Yeah.
And I think the other bright spot about this show too, look, I'm telling everybody right now, you need to go out of your way to watch every Jiro Shinbashi match he has had in Dragongate.
Oh,
This
my
guy
gosh.
rules.
Champion.
Don Fuji is so mad at him during this match, and Jiro Shinbashi has to take a business call because he's always handing out his business cards, and now he's fighting with like a board member or something, and Don Fuji's he's like, I'm about to kill this guy. And he shoots him into the rope, and he's on the phone, and he comes off, and he goes for like a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, but he lands on his feet and then just walks away from him, still talking on his phone. Like, what the fuck is going on? So then like right before the phone spot, which gets me the most, is he body slams him, and Don Fuji starts going to the top rope, and all of a sudden you hear this phone ring. And he gets up and he goes and answers the phone, and he's yelling on the phone, and Don Fuji's like, what the hell? And then he walks back over and he lays back down and he looks at Don Fuji. He's like, okay, come on, now you can do it. And he just keeps having his conversation. Like, what is going on here? It's so funny. And then he fires up and he rips his shirt off, and he's got this terrible chest hair.
He's got great abs though. Can I have breakout star with the guy who's only had 3 matches? He's at 4 matches.
I was actually gonna say, hey, is Rita your 2025 breakup for awards?
I mean, it might be, but
I love Shinbashi. I don't know if it's too late, but that's my rookie of the year right there. I don't even fucking care. Sorry, Kazuma Kimura, who's been really tight. But I do think it's exciting to point out that, Hyo, your boy Hyo, has a one-on-one with Ishimori. He loses, whatever. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to be in the Super Junior next year.
Oh, this was his tryout match.
Yeah, I really believe that. I really think that's the case.
This was a match that was kind of the past versus the present. Very similar in stature and style. Of course, Ishimori has more of the veteranship, kind of as we saw at Kingergate Night 2 in the tournament in Yo's match with Yamato, where he's definitely improved, not only in his strength, but in his, wrestling style. Meaning, it's believed because he was the fall guy for so long, especially in RED because he was young. So he was the guy, but he's still taking falls, but he has that chance of like, okay, we want him as champ. We believe in Yo. Like we are down with the gimmick. So like at times I was like, oh my God, Yo's gonna beat Ishimori. He's so over with this crowd with the stripper gimmick. And just the crowd is just so behind him. And then you realize, wait, no, this is a New Japan, kind of sponsored matchup. And, kind of when Ishimori locks in the crossface there, and they have the roll around spots and he bounces off the ropes and you're like, Yo's going to get out of this. But Yo, unfortunately, just had to, tap. But it was just it was a fun match. I was expecting maybe a little bit more. I think it was a little similar, not for its own good in certain spots. They also, I don't think, gave it, enough time, but I think they gave it the right amount of time. Mm-hmm. But again, this was more the tryout for Super Junior, best of the Super Juniors in 2026. Yeah, hands down.
I truly think they're like, hey, tell us what you think of this guy after you're done. type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Dragon Die has been. I just hope that none of these guys jump like Shingo did. But if they do, I mean, I guess if they do, they do. But
I think Kyo would be perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
Daya wouldn't be a slouch either.
no,
But
any of those guys would be upgrades. But I don't want to lose them in Dragon Gate.
Well, yeah, but when you have a Jackie Kamei,
Yeah,
a
it's true.
Rita, and then actually, two. I mean, I've always enjoyed Ishin, but I
He
think he's been my
rocks.
MVP of this whole fucking Dragon Gate excursion I've been on for the last 2 weeks. Where Ishin and oh my gosh, well, Kagetora is just a legend. He for me is kind of like a Mochizuki,
Oh,
where
okay.
he's like that veteran, hard-hitting guy that just doesn't give a fuck and will just beat you down. Like, he doesn't care about wins and losses. He just wants to take your head off.
Yeah, we
Um,
saw him killing Mochi Jr. with the Guru Magakari. He's like, all right, that's enough. We're going home. Like, oh, thank you.
So, like, kind of just like watching these matches, and you know, him and Susumu are just amazing.
God, they're so good. How good
but-
is Yokosuka? We talked about it last week with
Yeah.
Madoka Kakuta.
He's a legend. He's
This
a
guy-
legend.
He's been
I
going
mean,
since like '99, like Mochi has, and they don't lose a step.
that guy could main event Ice Ribbon tomorrow,
Ice
and no
Ribbon,
one
let's
would bat an
go.
eye. No, but this was just, I mean, and the other guy, gosh, I'm trying to think of his name here. The one guy I
From that
told
tag
you, yes, from that tag match. Yeah.
It was Susumu and Kagetora beat Strong Machine J, KZ, and then Ben K and Mochizuki Jr. was the other team.
No, not that tag match. From night one where I texted you, I was like, this guy is my new favorite. Kind of that stature of a Kagetora. Or Kagetora, sorry.
Yeah, Gata Victory. It was Kagetora worked Kota Minoru and Jason Lee.
Mm.
And Gata Victory. Or wait,
Yes,
let's
yes.
Gata Victory. That's why am I not finding my? I can't find my.
Oh,
Gata-
Yoshiki Kato. That's
Thank
who
you.
it was. Oh, Ishin's guy, yeah. And Kai, you know, as I said, with that veteranship from Kai, I mean, Ishin and Kato,
Oh yes, sorry, I was
you know,
looking at the different
former Open the Triangle Gate champions, by the way, but they are just a fantastic unit in Kajadukuru. But Sai Patra of Shun Skywalker Homori and Gianni Valletta
Hell yeah, baby.
fucking knees the gullets all day from the top off the rope. You know, even just 2 centimeters away, standing above you,
King Kong
getting
drop,
pigs,
baby.
getting victories. And these are your new champs, and yeah, just Dragon Gate is something special, and it sucks that I take these gaps, but I think with us doing, you know, WrestleCast more, I'm very excited that I can watch these guys and get a message yet again. Sorry, DDT, you might have to wait another year.
I forgot that Kai Ishin and Yoshiki Kato against Shun Skywalker, Homari, and Kazuma Kimura. I went 4 3/4 match. That match was so. I wanted Kimura to get the win so bad as that young boy. When they're like, "Fine, we need a partner. You could just be it." And then Ishin's like, "Nah, fuck that death penalty." Boom, done. You know, in a weird way, not a complete, like 100% comp. But you know who Ishin slightly reminds me of is a little bit younger when he was a little more athletic. And I don't want to say he wasn't athletic because I mean this dude was in my match of the year in 2023, not the match of the year, but he was he was on my ballot like
He's in
6th
the
match of the
talks,
year.
yeah.
Is Yuji Okabayashi.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
big bruiser who throws fucking lariats and chops, and he's intense. And he's got
Sentons.
yeah, and like he doesn't like his body is not a great body, but it's a perfect body for him.
Oh, he
Just
can
this
move.
big
Like that's the
motherfucker.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is really good. And I still wonder what would have happened if his brother didn't retire, because he was the one whose dad. They were the ones whose dad was a wrestler, and then they came in. And then the brother retired in like 2022 after like his first year. And then he just kept going. They threw him in Z-Brats. And, you know, now he's getting victories on night one of Gate of Destiny for Gajadokuro. And although he couldn't withstand the Togi Makabe King Kong knee drop from Gianni Valletta this night.
No. But then you will swing in the King of Gate night one. Opening match of the tournament, and he's taking on Luis Monte, and you're thinking Monte is going to get the victory. And Ishin's like, no,
Yeah.
he
got that roll up in there. Was like, bitch.
I mean, granted, he did some heel tactics by hitting Monte with that, the little cookie pan sheet, while the ref was being distracted. But Monte doing that Hurricane Rana, kind of pin there until Ishin just reverses it.
Yeah, beats his
gets
finish.
the win that way. Yeah, so I mean, it was a perfect setup there. And that was a great way to kick off the tournament, but just to kind of get that Ishin train, steady rolling on the track there. But good way to start off the King of Gate tournament.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how King of Gate's going to kind of progress here. If I go to Dragon Gate's streaming service, they put a lull in it, and I'm still trying to find this. Last year I found all the matches on YouTube, but I'm still not finding these matches. If anybody knows where to watch these King of Gate matches, please let us know, because for some reason they pulled them, and I don't see any sort of the next show is Gate of Nostalgia, so
Yep.
I mean, I don't know when they're gonna run. They're gonna run November 25th and November 26th. 2 shows. But if I go to their events, they don't even have those listed yet. So I don't know. Like, night 6 was the Susumu Yokosuka Homecoming. Night 5 was the UT Homecoming, and night 4 was the Jackie Kame Homecoming. And then night 3 obviously was on the 9th, but none of that has made tape, I don't think. So that's put a little bit of a halt on the King of Gate for me.
Yeah. But Dragon Gate, they have their dad Ryan, and it's crazy to say. Do we just refer to him as Naruki Dad? As he took on Shun Skywalker in the next first round match.
That was awesome.
Oh, I mean, if you want to talk about fitting in everything into, I don't know, an 8-minute match, 10, 12-minute match, they threw everything in there but the cookie sheet, since that was in the first match, as mentioned there. But of course, sequences, as we talked last show, is what makes Puro special. And they had some crazy sequences, with, kind of blasters, sliding kicks, kind of victory rolls, kind of everywhere, crucifix pins. Shun Skywalker, of course, doing the roll around pin with Naruki Doi, and gets the win there as he hooks the leg. Skywalker getting the advancement. This guy going both ways, but let's be real. The highlight of this match, Shun Skywalker's gear. I love the translucent alien type that he adorned in this first round match as he gets the win with Doi. And how are you doing, knowing that Naruki Doi is now a Dragon Gate dad? Even though he's a freelancer, technically, but
not only is he
here we are.
a Dragon Gate dad, but he's also a member of the Saitos in All Japan. They call him...
Whoa, really?
Yeah, instead of Naruki Doi, he's Senior Saito, because he's old. So that's pretty fun.
I guarantee you, I probably have watched, or I could watch 4 All Japan shows, and if I just knew it as Senior Saito, I'd be like, oh yeah, probably not realizing it was Naruki Doi until the third show. Like, wait a second.
This match, man, when he hit that Bakhtari slide kick, and then got him back up and hit Doi 5s, and then went for another kick. I was like, oh my God, is he going to win? I was like, holy shit, Naruki Doi! I thought he was going to win. But Shun got that awesome pin. He counted when he slipped out of the way of that Bakhtari slide kick and then rolled him in. Great match. It was fun. Homare losing to Ryoya Tanaka. That makes sense. You put your Brave Gate champion over.
Well, yeah. When did Homari become the emo guy of Dragon Gate?
When he's with Shun Skywalker in Saipatra. So he was the one who Love and Peace, I think it was, and Natural Vibes were trying to recruit, and he told them both no, and he joined Z-Brats because Shun Skywalker was like his favorite wrestler. And then he left with Skywalker when he got kicked out of Z-Brats. He went with him.
I thought Raya Tanaka did really well. Kind of in this match here. Smiles quite a lot. But it was good. Scum versus good. In this match here, like we stated, hitting the Stardust. With one of the weakest body slams to set up that move I think I've ever seen. It was like, oh, here you go. It was just soft as a pillow. I shouldn't say weak. It was cute. Which is not weak, by the way. But it was just a match, like you said, getting your Brave Gate champion over. But let's be real, the main event, Madoka Kikuta, Yuki Yoshioka saying, motherfuckers, this is why we run this company at the moment. No, it was, this is a story, like you said, they came up together. These are guys that know each other very well. Vic Kuda, your champion is just showing the strength and the power of the hip attack here. But Yoshioka, high fly flow. What did he do? 3/4 of the ring?
Oh my gosh. There's a reason
for that win after he got his ass kicked 99% of the match.
Kikuta
was
beating his ass. Kikuta got cocky and he made a mistake, and Yuki Yoshioka made him pay. And that's why Dragon Gate is so good, man. It's so simple. He put one little whoopsie, and then Yoshioka took over. And there's a reason why Tanahashi worked Dragon Gate and said, I am giving you the high five flow and not anyone on his fucking roster, because Yuki Yoshioka is tremendous. I think he's going to win the King of Gate, and I think we're going to get these two at Final Gate in December. I don't know who wins it. I think you could go into 2026 with a babyface Yoshioka as your champion, and I think it would get over. But boy, Madoka Kikuta is turning into one of the best wrestlers, I think, in the world.
Mm-hmm.
He is so confident in everything he does. He doesn't rush anything. Everything is so well paced. All of his offense is like perfectly laid out and looks real. Like, he has an offense.
Those lariats,
oh my God.
Whether it's standing or running, just takes people's torsos off. Not only heads, torsos.
The height he gets on that jumping hip attack, like Shiroko Shinaka, is so brutal looking. And it just like, when you watch him, you just look at him and you go, that guy gets it. That guy is 100% locked in on what he's doing. I now 100% agree with him winning the belt back again, and I love that they gave him his own unit to back it up. As much as I think there's a good shot that he's going to drop it if he faces Yuki Yoshioka, I almost think you wait till Kobe World and you have Kikuta win at Final Gate if they're doing it. Because he is just on another level right now.
I just don't know if you do. I don't know. I don't know if you take the belt off of Kikuta, but
that's my thing too. Because obviously, and I shouldn't say obviously. That's a big statement that I could eat my words on. But if you had Yoshioka and Dragon Dia lose the tag belts, it's because Yuki Yoshioka is going to be pushed. That just makes the most sense to me. You take the belts off him, then you have him win the tournament. Because then you're not tying up the tag titles in the world title. I just don't know if they do that if he wins. Because, God, Kakuta's so good right now. He's so good. Like Madoka Kikuta now is the guy that I actively go out of my way to make sure I watch everything he does. If it makes tape, I'm watching Kakuta's match.
Yeah, he's definitely as we talked the last couple shows with him, um, just carries himself so well in the ring, has, the strength to back his back up, primarily, but like you said, the pacing of his matches, he's kind of like stalking his opponent, until he can kind of nail those lariats or drivers or what have you, uh, or just hit you with his general thickness. So I mean, yeah, this was a very good match, and I just don't know if running it back right away is the thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I don't know what else would be that substantial opponent for Kikuta to lose the title other than to Yoshioka. So it's kind of like a weird thing. But it's smart then that they did this match to kick off the tournament, because then, you know, who gets their win back? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that was a good night one.
Yeah,
To start it off.
I think a
So,
lot's gonna factor on if Kakuta wins the battle royal to get the back in the tournament,
yeah.
because they always do the 15 losers get to chance for the 16th spot. And like I said, I only watched Dragon Dia and Rita, because then when I couldn't find the other shit, I kind of stopped watching because I wanted to find it. So I
Rita.
beating Dia again, which that makes me
Storyteller, man.
does. What if Dia wins the battle royal instead of Kikuta? And what if you have Dia beat Yoshioka and you swerve it and do Kikuta and Dia at Final Gate? Because then you could have
And then
Kikuta
you
win.
give the title to Dia. No, you give Dia that title.
No, he's not 11 beast. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it. I'm intrigued though. But yeah, like I said, the only match I saw was your boy couldn't beat him with a second code red, so he does it from the middle rope this time. I was like, oh my god, Rita getting dubskis, man.
Yeah, who's boy.
So, but I need to get caught up
Spinning.
on that rest of the shit. So I apologize. I goof for that.
Yeah, Dragongate just out of the park, as we always say, every couple of 2 years. But no, they're doing great things, and can't wait to find nights 3, 4, and beyond. Since they had a sample of the other 16 participants, but as you stated, not worth the watch. But we'll keep you posted on King Gate as it progresses.
So I do real quick before we get to our main event of the evening, if you will. Big news came out. We've been speculating about this for months, trying to put this card together. And Alex, this is where I am going to get to the starting line.
Did you stretch?
Yeah.
You got to stretch.
Oh, sorry. Let me get to going in.
So while you stretch, I've been pushing for Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita to headline the Tokyo Dome for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship for 4 or 5 months, and other people. And that was just in conversations. That was even before I think we started doing radio again. But then I did say it on radio. And literally days after, they were like, you know what, Hiroshi Tanahashi, you're going to challenge, Ryan, Maplewood Ryan from 2004 in this match. And then guess what? We're going to run it in the hometown of the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, as the type of matchup as you want for the Dome. And the Rainmaker, the AEW Rainmaker, Ryan, coming out saying to Tanahashi, I am the man to take you down. I will put you out to pasture, old man. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to make people leave the Tokyo Dome crying. Ryan, it was there all along.
Mm-hmm.
I was just a little iffy on it. But I think these guys are going to knock it out of the park, because there's so much you can do within both companies still with these 3 men, including Takeshita. But Ryan, here we go. Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, January 4th. The floor is yours.
This is, in my opinion, the greatest feud in the history of professional wrestling. This feud with their first match after Wrestle Kingdom 6 at that New Beginning is literally the reason I got back into New Japan Pro Wrestling. I then proceeded to tell everybody I knew, you have to watch this guy, Kazuchika Okada. He's incredible. Me and Brian then spent $150 that summer. And on Ustream, which isn't a thing anymore, we ordered every night of the G1, and you had to watch it live. So we sat there every night at 3 in the morning on my little MacBook, because we weren't smart enough to even put it on the TV yet at that time, watching on this fucking Ustream platform the 2020 or the 2013 G1 Climax. And it was some of the best money I've ever spent in my life. I don't even care. We would come home from Rocco's and we had food, we had beer, we'd watch wrestling. We didn't have anything to do otherwise in life. Like, it was perfect. And Kazuchika Okada then goes on to be one of my favorites of all time. To me, Alex, it was just a no-brainer. It wasn't difficult. It was, this is being gift wrapped to you. Why would you not do it? And and I'm glad they're doing it. I think Okada Takeshita would be a way better match. But also, I'm not watching this for the match. I'm watching this to watch Okada and Tanahashi one more time. As you alluded, Okada in the press conference said, I won't be the old Rainmaker from New Japan. I'll be the AEW Rainmaker. In AEW, I'm really doing whatever I want. So I might just hit Tanahashi with a low blow, roll him up, and send everyone home crying at the Tokyo Dome. I want there to be a lot of tears on a lot of levels.
How great is that?
I love it. Fuck. And
heel Okada in the Dome.
I love it. And you know what's so great about it too?
Is he gonna flick off the Tokyo crowd? Is he gonna give them the bird? Oh my god!
They're gonna do the zoom out to zoom in Rainmaker pose, and he's gonna give them fucking finger, and everybody's gonna shit
what is
on
the
it. What is
Milano collection gonna say?
Oh, like that. Wait, excuse me. What is Milano collection gonna play, Alex? You say? I played the wrong one. Fuck. I meant to play me doing
Is he gonna have like?
I just botched the Mania that one. I'm not even gonna go back and do it. Fuck it.
That's fine.
In the words of Gene Okerlund at SummerSlam with Rick Rude, the sign falls on him. Fuck it. He just leaves. It's just I guess my thought is, what else were you gonna do? This thing put New Japan on the map.
Apparently Tanahashi and Nakamura. I honestly thought before the Tsuji match that they would run Tsuji and Tanahashi.
Yeah, so I found the thing I was talking about. As I said before, I was trying to find for you. As confirmed last week, Tanahashi will face Okada's retirement match. Before the announcement, Nakamura's name had been mentioned internally with New Japan as a possible candidate for the spot. Once Okada was revealed as opponent, rumors began circulating that AEW stepped in and blocked Nakamura from being chosen. That simply isn't true. Multiple sources from New Japan confirmed that AEW never shut down any such plan. Additionally, no one within WWE had even heard anything about Nakamura being approached for the match. New Japan reportedly understood from the start that securing Nakamura was a pipe dream, and a representative explicitly stated that no situation resembling the rumored interference ever occurred. Also, there is talk that Nakamura didn't even want to do it.
Interesting.
Let's not forget, he walked out of this fucking company too. You know what I mean? He left. He has no interest in going back. He goes to Noah and does shit.
Well, that's because it's the affiliation, if you will. But the loophole that could still work out. Well, because Tanahashi wanted Nakamura. Apparently, that was his choice. But so, it's all
everything I'm hearing is because that whole speculated because he brought it up in the press conference, just because to address it. But that didn't mean he wanted to do it. He was just saying it because everyone talked about it. And he was addressing it going, I know everyone's talking about Nakamura, but that's not who it's going to be. Like, sorry.
The true victim in all this, though, was Tetsuya Naito, the man who did want to do it, and everyone was like, "What? Huh?"
Yeah, he would have been the third choice for me anyway. Like,
Was he the third, or like in rivalry in Tanahashi rivalries? Is he number 3, or is he at least in the top 5?
I mean, probably top 5, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe he is the number 3 rival. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I think Nakamura is the only reason I think Nakamura is even number 2 is because those are the two guys trying to save the company before Okada came around with Tanahashi.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the old Tanahashi Nakamura matches, yeah, they were fun, but they weren't as good as the Okada matches. That's never been the MO. Nakamura was just, you know, in that class of those young guys. It doesn't mean he's a rival. I understand why you do it, but so and once again, here's what I've always said is, who knows? Everybody could be lying. All pro wrestlers are a bunch of fucking liars anyway.
Yeah.
So who
very
really
true.
knows? But as I said to you in the pre-show, if Tony Khan truly, really did block it, I don't fucking care, because TKO has blatantly stated they're trying to buy Warner Brothers and shit, or Netflix. You know, they're trying to put that guy out of business. If you, Alex, if you came to my business, if I had one, and told me you're gonna basically told me you're trying to put me out of business, I wouldn't fucking do anything with you.
Whoa.
Obviously, you're never gonna do that. Hopefully, well, and I also don't have a business because I'm a bum. But
I don't know. I would like to run a Sprite store. That would be fun.
that would be tight. But you know what I mean? Like, at the same time, why wouldn't you? But at the same time, I also say, who got inducted in the DX Hall of Fame? Oh, it's Billy Gunn, who's contracted. Weird. Who let you know what I mean? Like, there's things that he's let his guys do.
Yeah.
So
and then
I look at
it always bit them in the ass in the end too, which sucks.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, screw it.
So that level of trust, yeah. So that level of trust is gone.
The other reason I bring this up too, and I don't want to make this and we can save this part for AEW. We don't even really need to talk about it. People can read about it. I don't think it's that big of a deal because not a lot of people really even know about it. But Tony Khan publicly came out and addressed that he personally called Billy Corgan and tried to talk to him about this national title issue that we talked about last week. Like, I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know you guys were doing it. You guys have your great, yada, yada. You can read everything. He's talking all this shit. But he literally calls Billy Corgan. And he goes, hey, let's figure this out because I didn't mean to step on your toes. I didn't realize you were doing that. So once again, it's like, I know, we always joke about, Tony Khan and, how wacky he is, but I've never seen this dude, like, do shit that isn't good business, in a way. So, like, why would he just jump, so if he jumped in now, which I don't believe he would have, I'm almost glad he did.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I say, who even knows if Nakamura wants to do it? He left New Japan. Just like Shingo left Dragongate. Like, people can decide they don't want to be somewhere and leave. I heard this perfect point too, where everyone's like, "Well, it's because Okada's in AEW." If AEW never existed, Okada would have went to WWE because he didn't want to be in New Japan anymore. People just leave.
Well, yeah,
places.
if AEW didn't exist, Omega and the Bucks would be in the EU.
Yeah, so or they would have kept working New Japan. So I don't know. I understand. So once again, I'll leave it at that. Like, I understand where it comes with, but yeah, I mean, this is the right thing to do. It's the best match you can make. It's the smartest thing you can do. Tanahashi has shown over the last couple months that he does still have something left in that tank. He's just been keeping it on a good reserve, I think. And we know Okada has, if he needs to have a good match, he's shown out lately. I think they're going to surprise people in how fun this match is going to be.
Do you main event with them?
Well, didn't you say that you read they're doing the voting?
Yes, Okada stated that they wanted to do the voting, and he, to kind of keep it with the AEW storyline, he was like, "I am going to I'm going to oust Takeshita out of the main event because I hate him and I am the Rainmaker." insert middle finger here, but no, I think this is a interesting thing if they do the vote. But yeah, this is what you gotta. I mean, they were already at 33,000 tickets last time. Since the announcement of the Okada match, I believe. Now they're thinking they're selling even more rapidly, as I sent you again, just rumors. But they're possibly saying it could sell out, at least 55,000. They're pretty confident. So they got a couple of months, they only have a few matches added. So, but that's a pretty damn big one. But I don't know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be an interesting time. And it's on a Saturday night, Sunday morning. So we're all winners in this.
So it appears that with the later announcement of Tanahashi facing his longtime rival Kazuchika Okada, Tanahashi's retirement match, tickets are going even quicker, as you said, and that the mega event is drawing the biggest advanced ticket sales for a Tokyo Dome show in over 20 years right now. That's why you had to do it, man. They said it's the best advance since Inoki retired in '98, so 27 years.
Wow.
It's said, and Meltzer said that it's already beaten the advancement of the Masawa Chono match they did.
No.
I wonder if WrestleTix has any info.
So does that cement this rivalry as the best rivalry in wrestling?
I think it's the greatest rivalry in pro wrestling history. I mean, look, people are going to have their own reasons. There's going to be people who are going to tell you anything you want to hear, anything they think.
Over Generico Steen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Full Gear's sold out pretty much. That's good. They got 800 tickets left, and they're doing 9,000. Trying to see if they have anything for Wrestle Kingdom. The new beginning in February that's going to be in New Jersey has already got 2,000 tickets at the door.
You say New Beginning and like New Japan New Beginning?
Yeah, New Japan presents the New Beginning USA Friday, February 27th in Trenton, New Jersey. Setups for $27.83. Yeah, they've been packing in some seats of that. That's good.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the tri-state area, but geez, you'd think they'd open it up a little more. But good for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great hub, man. You could just take the train and from DC all the way out there. So good. That's rad. But they need to up their game. Because they have the momentum, and then, coming off of Wrestle Kingdom and New Year's Dash, hopefully, they kind of keep that going, depending on, who's ever a free agent and leaves at 2026. But I don't think it'll be a mass exodus, if you will. But yeah, good on Jersey. That the New Beginning in Jersey. Wow.
So that'll be interesting. Yeah, I guess they don't have anything about Wrestle Kingdom yet, but that's cool. We still got time, but yeah, I am excited for it. I think now, to me, as we kind of real quick jump into the the talk of. Oh gosh, that post that I did about the Alize and Newell thing, is getting way more steam than I realized. I haven't looked at my Twitter since then. There's actually dirt sheet sites that are posting my reply on their time feed. Okay, well,
what did you say?
Well,
so explain to the listeners.
We'll finish. Let's do Wrestle. Let's just look at Wrestle Kingdom for 5 minutes, then we'll go into that and then close out with AEW. My question for you is, are they going to pull the trigger on Yota Tsuji, or are they going to get cold feet again with one of these young guys?
I mean, I don't want to get Shida to lose the title, but no, you have to pull it on Tsuji. He's the guy that's over. He's the guy that has been having matches of the year against, like you said, the same guy.
Yep, him and
Gabe
Kidd. Yep.
And he's had a few other, he's had a fantastic 2025. So it's a rock and a hard place. I mean, if it's your main event, then yeah, you have him win it. If it's not, I think you can get away with Takeshita. I don't know if it hurts Suji, but with this being a unification, kind of possibly it will. But I don't know. Takeshita with him being a freelancer and more of he's more all elite than New Japan DDT. As he ranks them in that order. So it's kind of a toss up, but
I think where my head is I think if you don't put the belt on Yota Tsuji,
Gonna go up to the top rope. Got Dragon.
whoa, that was tight. Heard somebody. Is that Michael Cole? Oh, that's tight. I think the reason you have to do Yota Tsuji is if you don't, you're now setting your year up for another year of failure. Or not, I shouldn't even say failure. I don't mean fail. You know what I mean? Like, I think you have to put over Yota Tsuji. Takeshita is the perfect foil for it because you already have the fans who are skeptical of him because he's an AEW guy. So you put it on. It makes more sense for Tsuji to defend New Japan. Hey, we're going to defend New Japan. I'm here to stand up for us. And I'm going to beat this guy who you guys think is an outsider, and I'm going to reclaim it for us. Because I don't think Takeshita needs the title at all. He's great.
Yeah, it doesn't really affect him, either way, like you said, with his kind of moderate reaction with the New Japan crowd. I mean, you essentially have Luger and Yokozuna on the USS Intrepid, where Suji's the guy that saved the company from the big bad invader. So like I said, I just think this is a good moment for Takeshita, but with him being more AEW, man, that's just a lot of travel. You don't want him to Megan Bain himself out, and get too tired with that scheduling there. But
and that's why I thought it was perfect to belt him up, because then you actually give them a foil. You've given this crowd somebody to cheer and boo. It was perfect booking. The problem
I also think the cleverness of using the storyline from another company as the backdrop with Okada, even in the voting aspect, where they have a run-in, what happens at the,
please no,
the Wrestle Kingdom. There's so much you can do, so it's kind of cool that they're infiltrating other company storylines onto their biggest show in the beginning of the year. So there's a lot of, interesting stuff that works out. But yeah, I think Tsuji and
I think he's got to win clean, and he's got to win.
And I say, you know what else you do? You run Eita and Hiromu Takahashi back.
Well, I think they're gonna do Hiromu and Dookie.
What? At the Dome again?
So if you look at last year it was Desperado and Dookie, and he got hurt.
No, I know, but I'm saying Dookie in the Dome doesn't mix, man.
Well, if you look at it right now, it's Desperado, Fujita, Ishimori, and Sho in a 4-way to determine the number 1 contender. So Sho being in that means there's no junior match because they had the damn champs win, so there wasn't anyone to get the title shot. So they basically told the junior division to fuck off. So that just makes me think they still need somebody for Dookie to wrestle. And who's the one that's not on there? It's Hiromu. And maybe after the Noah shit, then he'll go and, heat it up in December. Because it won't take, you don't have to do a lot. But I'm just, that's where I'm kind of going where, with the tag league, okay, do you have, Shingo and Drilla win the tag league? Because then that way you can have Hiromu do the junior match if he doesn't win it with Finlay. You're not going to have Tsuji and Gabe Kin win because Tsuji's in the title match.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you run Knockout Bros against Drilla and Shingo, man. That would be awesome.
That would be great.
Fuck, that'd be awesome. And we get Saya and Shiori for the titles? Come on, that's going to be great. I know on paper this doesn't look like always the most appealing shit, but I really think that we're going to walk away from Wrestle Kingdom going, wow, that was an amazing show. Something in my body tells me that they're not
They've just been.
They've given you no
a
reason to
letdown
think
or
they've been good.
disappointment.
No,
Yeah,
that's the
it's
perfect way to
just-
do it. You're right, 100%. They've given you no reason to believe that they're going to do it right. So why should you start now? You're 100% right.
Just don't want them. Yeah, no, I think they'll do fine. I don't know.
I
don't know.
You know what you're doing? You're literally doing. You're in the same boat that I was when I was like, I just want WWE to be good because I want to watch it. I want to watch more wrestling.
Yeah.
You just want them to do it right because you love New Japan. I'm with you, man. And especially now that it seems like Noah's flew in the fucking coop with this NXT shit. Boy, do we need New Japan to knock this out even better, man. Here,
Otherwise, we're a Dragongate podcast.
let's go, baby. Yeah, we'll just turn to Dragongate. And I was, bullshit and stuff, and Lanza brought this up, and he said, in a perfect world, they do all the bullshit with right at the beginning of Evil Aaron Wolf. They bring out all the bullshit in the first 2 minutes, and then you get all the young boys, all the young lions, rally together to protect their young lion and Aaron Wolf, and they run them all out of the building. And you get a one-on-one match, and Aaron Wolf beats Evil and leaves as the champion in a clean match, just like, because remember when that happened with Takeshi and Evil, how fucking good that final was?
No, yeah, 100%.
If Aaron Wolf can hang even a slight bit, I think Evil's not a bad wrestler. That's why I hate House of Torture. Because he was, I mean, like, you got the Evil shirt, man. Like, he was, for a minute, he was awesome. And then, and then they just had to, and they tried something, and it is what it is. But, like, I think you need Aaron Wolf to win this match, and you need Yota Tsuji to win these matches. You need those two guys to come out standing strong. Okada will beat Tanahashi. Tanahashi gets to do his send-off, which is the way he should. Whatever the fuck all 4-way for the junior title. Hopefully my edibles kicked in by that. And then we just get to sit there and go, oh, we're going to get the best woman. Screw that. Arguably the MVP of 2025, Saya Kamitani, and Shiori, who's one of the most sure things you can ask for in a match. Winner take all, title for title, which tells me they're going to give this thing 15, 20 minutes. Might not get a half hour like it would on a Stardom show, which is fine. But if you give that 20 minutes at the Dome, you've proven that you give a shit. And those women are going to be like, we're just going to steal the show then. And I'm not going to argue with them. If they go, we're going to have the best match, I go, you probably are.
You probably are, yeah.
Yeah, like, sure. Thank you. I'm excited for that. Zeke, by the way, is crushing in the AEW draft, I just realized. AEW, for whom the bell tolls, has got a 75% of the votes. 11 days left, y'all. Go to the Discord. Vote. We just put up new polls for the Pick Your Ruthless Aggression era card, Pick Your King of the Ring card, and Pick Your AEW Year 1 cards. Which, this Sunday, y'all, you may be getting a special guest. A very little mellow person.
Maybe. Depends on how my work goes on Sunday. But.
So there's a 50-50 chance that you guys are gonna get the G1 draft on Sunday. Otherwise, we will pivot because damn it, we will not do this without Alex. But
otherwise, I might just hop up on another draft for like 2 seconds and play it on.
Hell yeah! I'm hyped, man. So I'm excited. I already got work off for 4 days. I'm ready to go. I'm so hopeful for the show, Alex. I hope it goes well. I hope it goes fucking well.
Yes.
With that being said, a final topic of the night, we got to talk about AEW. Before we get into AEW, it's a situation with AEW that I really was surprised by. But I'm sure most of you guys have heard already. Nixon, Newell, Miranda, Alize locked on a Collision tapings. They said so from what came out of their mouth. Well, here let's backtrack. Should I read that tweet that I said?
Yeah, let's read the tweet. Let's explain the situation again, I guess. They come back after losing
Yep.
their first match. They have a storyline. They're
getting
like, hey, it doesn't
promo
work for me,
time.
brother.
Yeah, so they got promo time on 2 shows. They worked a tag match on 1 show, and then because of time reasons, they were gonna lose to TJ in a 3-minute match because it's TV and that's what TV matches are half the time. And they have chosen to say that the reason we walked out is because a 3-minute match isn't good for our brand, and we wouldn't be able to showcase ourselves properly, and it hurts our brand. Where I got upset, and this was directly, I tweeted at Miranda Alize, and like I said, it's been getting some steam, but all I said was, I understand being upset about time, but how is that a problem when your partner, who is Nixon Newell, worked matches on Raw and SmackDown that were under 3 minutes? Hell, she had a match with Shayna Baszler on SmackDown that was under 2 minutes. Who cares? It's TV time. It sucks that you toss that away when you have fans that are supporting you. That's all I said. But now they're talking about, our brand doesn't get over in a 3-minute match. Okay. Nixon Newell, Tegan Knox, whatever you want to call her, publicly announced last year that she's retiring at the end of 2026. What brand is being hurting when you're retiring in a year? So that completely contradicts itself to me. If I were to say to you, well, it's going to hurt my brand if I do this match, but I'm retiring in a year, who fucking cares then? Also then, there is a promoter or two that book in the U.S., will not say who, because I'm not going to call them out for that. But Dave Meltzer, or I guess it was the Observer, so maybe not Meltzer, could have been somebody on it. But there was thought initially that it was making them more popular, with a few thinking that this attention could help them sell tickets at different shows. Like they did this on purpose to try to, do whatever and make their name bigger by getting themselves back in the wrestling media. So, okay, let's check with promoters. The exact thing that came back from promoters is, no, the reason why Nixon Newell's not getting booked in the U.S. is she is asking for way too much money. She has sold 0 tickets on her name alone on these indie shows. And the same promoter even said, in the word that I'm sure you used to, because of a kid, all she did was talk usual WWE brain rot when asked about booking.
Ew.
And my kid loves brain rot on Roblox, so I understand that. That's 6-7 shit. And she just, you know what I mean? So I don't believe anything about them making it better. And the fact that she's bitching about not getting bookings, and then a promoter comes out and goes, well, the reason she's not getting bookings, you ask, is because you should see the figures she asked me for. Also, Miranda Alize, who is, her partner, as I've said, would be part of the thing. And the same promoter, I would never book Miranda Alize. She's one of the biggest headaches I've ever dealt with.
Oh, yikes.
So now Nixon Newell is guilty by association. So now that's why I'm like, dude, you were one of the best women that wasn't signed. And then they signed her. She was amazing over in Australia. Mm-hmm. And then she just became injury prone, because that's what happens when you go to NXT as a woman. You just get Austin knee braces. She got fired. Had an opportunity to work AEW. Obviously, if Tony Khan is bringing you back weeks in a row, you're probably going to get signed. And I say this to you. How many times has Josh Alexander lost and then gets heated up when they need him to because they want to push him, but they just don't need to right away?
100%, yeah.
So,
but
you're complaining about losing a 3-minute match to people that have been in the company for 4 or 5 years? No. It doesn't work that way. If they went to WWE, they would have been the already in the ring people.
Wasn't she already one of those people?
Oh yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I don't understand how you can get an opportunity to be on cable television on the #2 wrestling company in the world, and you're gonna complain about having time on a TV match, but you just came from the company that puts you in matches that are under 2 minutes. Why was it okay then? Oh, because you had a job? So now you don't have a job and you're going to throw it away because you don't want a job because you're retiring in a month or in a year? It's just stupid. The reason I wanted to bring it up is it just once again bothers me that the entitlement that people have in pro wrestling. And then they wonder why they don't get booked and then they get pissed. You do it to yourself.
They do, but also she's banking on the lore of, hey, if it says formerly known as or from WWE, from NXT, that they're a priority. But she had, like you stated, she had that that potential upside, and it was just something that never matured due to her history with injuries. And I'm happy that she's happy now in her current form, of a wrestler and a character. But sometimes then you got to look yourself into the mirror, as I did watching a Love is Blind episode the other night, where I was like, oh my God,
It's the new season.
I need to make some changes. Yeah, it's some weird show on Netflix with gold chalices.
I've watched every season.
No.
Oh yeah.
The Nicolas Shea show?
Yeah, that guy this year who with
the diabetic kid?
Oh yeah, the one who was all mad at the rich lady.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm mad I showed her my kid. I'm like, hell yeah, fuck that lady. And then there was some creepy ass people on this season. And then I mean,
the Asian guy.
Yeah, he got hoed.
Bitch, because he was Asian.
He got hoed. That sucks. That chick stud. And then she got all mad at the reunion. She's like, why are they yelling at me? I don't see the problem here. Bitch, you're crazy. That's why.
Yeah. And
also that dude, the Demtress dude.
Man, yeah, the blurred.
Yeah, he sounded like the dude on the band. The guy's like, yeah, dude. I can't remember his name. But
all I know is he was roll bouncing like no other, and I think
he was.
I mean she yelled at him a lot, but that was the final straw. She's like, no, I can't, no. And I don't blame her, but he's a nice guy. He doesn't deserve her. He deserves someone. Like I said, watching the show, I was like, he just needs a white girl.
Oh man, I shout out to some people will recognize his name, some won't, but big part that I think is an amazing wrestling media person, Joe Gagney. He runs the 5-star trivia the 5-star trivia match game.
Yep.
Just sent this over because of earlier. On Cage Match, TNA Impact from Full Sail last night is getting a 1.55 from the inmates.
Oh.
Oh, man. Oh.
They are angry tonight, or last night.
This is, oh my gosh. I'm trying to go through this. 3 months later than they should have, they effectively. Oh, can I widescreen this? Oh, baby, here we go. I got some. Okay, this is gonna be a great little read. Then we'll move on. 3 months later than they should have, they effectively went dark for an entire month. And well, what came to pass. His first set on TV as champion, because last week they had him leave the title in the back to hide the fact that they were showing old matches. Talking about Mike Santana. And we get whatever the fuck happened tonight. And what is What is problematic is this entire feud as a whole. Indeed, as the show was on air, the news broke that WWE had managed to sign Joe Henry. See you on SmackDown tonight, Joe, which is also why I thought he was going to be there. A bunch of NXT guys come running down, beat up Santana, and in the name of eternal heat, Kaz calls his shot and rolls up Mike to become champ. And in any other circumstances, I'd be happy for Kaz, but not like this, man, not like this. And it's not as if the rest of the show was good either, other than the Cedric Hotch match. It was just a cavalcade of awful bad matches. TNA just cannot help itself. They've willingly let themselves be shat upon time and time and time again in this quotation mark partnership. So don't be surprised if MLW makes a run for their spot because they just keep turning away their fans with bullshit booking. Number 2 permission. that is shit from ass. Have fun on Tubi, guys.
Yo.
So, I didn't want to go back there, but I like Joe Gagney says something. I'm gonna go with what Joe Gagney says. Thank you, Joe Gagney. No, you were. One day you gotta have me on your trivia show, bitch.
Hey, you do well.
I think I would do okay. Yeah, I mean, you get an opportunity. Like if Tony Khan called you and was like, "Hey, man, I want to bring you in, have you work a match." All right. Hey, we're gonna bring you back. Want you to come do a promo. Hey, we're gonna bring you back again. Have you work another match? How are you saying no? I just don't. I'd be like, bro, I'll fucking put over damn Abaddon. Like, you tell me what you need me to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even care.
Abaddon.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was good, but nothing. She was always funny in those promos when she wasn't in makeup. It was so random. Like, you want me to fucking come in there and put over Griff Garrison? I'll be the best job guy you've ever seen because that's an opportunity.
Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
He was Brian Pillman Jr.'s partner, and then now he's in the frat house.
Nah, bro. The R.I.P. Brody Lee being the elites.
Oh, that's right.
Throwing the papers. Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
I forgot about that shit. Yeah, like, I don't know. Whatever. You're retiring in a year, so who cares, I guess. But, Alex, before we close this, we have one thing left. And I have to say to you, this is where I openly am going to eat more crow than I've ever watched or ever said.
Ooh.
Last week when we were talking about it and we were like, oh, Blood and Guts next week. And we got to talk about Full Gear. And it was like, yeah, I don't care. It's so stupid. They're doing 2 of these matches. They should have just let the women do it, but they couldn't get past themselves, and I don't know, it's going to be probably sloppy and boring. And then they're doing a stupid Falls Count Anywhere match the same night as this, so it's just 2 hours of just plunder matches, and I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, of course I'm going to watch it. It is what it is, but whatever. It's
contraire.
Yeah.
2+ hours.
Well, yeah. And I don't think it's very good, and it is what it is, but I'll check it out, whatever. And I walked away from that going, I've said this once, and I'll say it again. Why the fuck do I ever doubt this company from doing great things when they're put into an opportunity to do great things? Because, good Lord Almighty, I think this was one of the best television shows I have ever watched.
It's been a long time.
Holy shit.
It's been a long time.
The non-cage match was fucking incredible. Like, the FTR Ricky Steamboat segment was incredible. This show was fucking amazing. And obviously we're going to throw roses at the opener, but I didn't think I was going to give a hot shit about the main event. And I went in there going, oh my God, Kyle O'Reilly's going to make Jon Moxley tap. Oh my God, they just had Kyle O'Reilly win.
They just did.
And then
Storyline consistency.
I'm like, why did I ever doubt them? It's just like when we look at the pay-per-views, like last year when we looked at that All Out show, we're like, we'll order just to watch it. Then it was like one of the best shows they did that year. So I need to pick my tongue up, put it back in my mouth. There's no victory lap on this one. I am eating the most shit I ever had because I was ready to say they put up two 3-star specials with that is what I'm assuming we're going to get in those matches. And just because it's Hangman and Hobbs, it might get like 3.25, but this show's probably going to suck. So I'll probably I'll probably be playing baseball or something while I watch it. Or the new Supercard season came out, so I'll be playing that. No, I watched both cage matches twice on Wednesday. I finished the show and then I watched it again. I watched the entire thing twice. It was incredible. Everything was so good. And that women's match was the epitome of why I like Sasha Banks so much. It was sloppy violence that wasn't pretty, but it made it feel real. And if you want to talk about a fight, I believe that those women fucking hate themselves to the point of, from everything at the beginning all the way to the end, when the bell rang, they let Toni Storm go, and she was punching and kicking Shafir in the head. There was no pulling those kicks and punches. Those women went out there and said, we're going to give them the best thing they've ever seen. That was the best blood and guts match they have ever done. That is one of the best cage matches I've ever seen since Swerve and Hangman.
Oh, wow.
That might be a top 10 AEW match for me, ever. It was incredible. And the men's match was fucking great too. If you were to tell me that you liked the men's match better than the women, I wouldn't even argue with you. Because they were both so different. The men told a great story. Darby's getting thrown through the cage.
He's getting thrown off of stages on the flaming table.
That vision of Cesaro throwing him into the cage and he just disappears.
Yeah.
And then Orange, it was so fucking different and so fucking fun. And once again, my MVP of this damn company is Jon Moxley. He is such a great heel because he's a chicken shit who, when he doesn't have his boys, he keeps losing.
Yeah.
But he's a tough guy when everybody else is around him. He's so good. This guy is... Every day I watch Moxley in these matches and I go, man, over and over, this dude continues to prove me wrong and change my outlook. When I'm like, I'm getting over him. Nope, he's great. Ever since we saw him in Texas. And even before that too, a little bit. This dude, like he's low key going, I'm gonna climb with that wrestler of the year chart that people aren't expecting, because if you low key take Jon Moxley out of AEW in 2025, how much different of a year is this company really having?
I mean, is Cesaro your top guy? Probably, but I guess we'll never know. Wheeler, Utah.
And like you said, and and part of the reason I'm doing this rant is because I want you to go into the diatribe with the women, because you're the reason I even turned it on. Alex, I was watching Dragongate. I wasn't even watching this show. I wasn't going to watch it till this weekend, probably. And because of 2 texts you sent me, I turned it on and went, oh my Lord. There was 10 of us, I think, in Discord screaming, watching this fucking match. It was incredible. And like I said, you go to the men's side and they go, great, we'll tell the story. Let's let the women beat the shit out of each other.
No, they were like, oh shit, they took our spot. Oh, they took my spot. Oh, wait, they took our spot. Because 7 minutes into the show, not even in the match, the show, Sky Blue busted wide open.
She already has a shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees that said it. It's so, or the blood is so red it's blue or something like that. I can't remember what it said, but it's her standing there bleeding everywhere. So she's already put her shit on Pro Wrestling Tees. She's ready to go.
One thing too about this show, going back to the middle, the powerhouse Hobbs, Hangman Adam Page. You know how I was complaining on, like, oh, you're giving this guy a title shot just to lose. There's no point.
Mm-hmm.
Hobbs, I've been looking for days, 2 days since Blood and Guts, checking in, because whenever Hobbs puts in a performance where it's like, that's what we want, that's what we need, that's what we want to see, he always gets hurt. And I'm so happy to see there has been no news of him being hurt yet. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that continues, because he looked awesome. He looked like he carried a lot of that match. He took a bump off getting flipped over the table, landing on his coccyx, his tailbone, if you will, bouncing up, almost landing back onto the top of the announce table there. But it was just a grand performance. Sans the lights flickering due to him being, running booted off of, kind of the balcony there onto a randomly placed electrical table where all the electrical equipment are, and the arena flickers on and off. But besides that little nuance, it was a damn good brawl. The only aspect, of course, is then they were like lower the cage on Page, even though they were all outside of it, and we get a cage match with Joe and Hangman Adam Page, which that's a different story. We'll get into that next week. But I thought that the middle single match was good. The build of FTR and Brodito going strong. This time inserting a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, since he has that connection with Dax Harwood there. Of course, them being in Greensboro, North Carolina, also played a big part with the Dragon showing up, showing out, doing those, kind of chop fists, dragon punches, if you will. But the men's match, I didn't mind, but I mean, like you said, let me go into it. The women's, the blood and guts match. I knew it was going to be a folly. I knew it was going to be a lot of slip ups. But man, I was just all like, hey, like, I don't know. I'm going back to my text, and I was like, I've laughed and have said, "Oh no," too many times in this match, and everyone hasn't entered yet. And you're like, I'm watching, something.
I don't even remember what I said to you. I
And
have my phone off.
and then I was just all like, dude, there's a botched sock spot that ruined a pretty fucking cool spot. I love all these women. And then you started watching the match, and you're like, oh my God, Sky Blue almost was about to tear her ACL with that spot where she gets busted open. Pretty damn Muda-like with the Crimson Mask there. And I was like, dude, that's
Yeah.
only the beginning. And then you're like, Julia Hart just turned. No, never mind, it was a botch. I was like, yep, just the beginning of things to come. And then you just go off on your tangents. Megan Bain, everyone again. What made this match work, like you said, the realism of them hating each other, but also the love and care that they have for each other that we know
Except
through
for
the socials.
Megan Bain whipping fucking what's her name with the belt? Oh my lord!
Oh yeah.
She hit
Shirakawa.
the Harley Cameron one in the corner.
Oh,
When she just walks over and overhand swing whips her in the back, and Harley Cameron isn't even selling; she's shaking.
shaking, yeah.
I'm like, oh my lord, why did you killed her?
But they all paired on proving the haters and the doubters wrong. And honestly, this was the only thing that made sense for Blood and Guts.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really need two. This one actually had, kind of an ongoing feud for months. It all started with Jamie Hayter and Tekla. We saw their one-on-one match at Wrestle Dreamiverse or whatever the last event in St. Louis was called. So they kind of have been building this with the Sisters of Sin, and kind of everyone. Queen Amanada was supposed to be in it, but then she got hurt, even though she's in an ROH Pure Championship tournament.
Can I ask you a real quick question about that? Not to cut you off,
Yeah.
but I have a question. Do you think they did the fake injury angle because they decided that putting Shirakawa in the match for the finish made more sense?
It just makes more sense. I think again, you're working. That's clickbait material.
Because if Amanada was in the match, somebody might have got killed.
Yeah, someone would have been injured tremendously, but it worked out. I'll just say it was a blessing in disguise either way, because again, the effect of that finish of Tony Storm, surrendering and saying, I quit, stop the match, because her friend is just getting whipped as she's being held down, because they escaped the blood and guts of War Games-esque type cage by Tekla and Sasha Banks being as tiny, being as many Ritas as they
Oh,
are,
yeah, Julia Hart and
crawling through
Tekla
the middle. Oh, Julia Hart.
yeah, when they
Yes, thank you,
stuck out.
Julia Hart.
Yeah, that was tight. I didn't even, some people didn't
There's
like that. I'm like, that's fucking, I've never seen
Oh,
that
it's
before.
brilliant because it then allows them to steal the key, bring in more weaponry, bring in hijinks, having Mercedes utilize all her championship belts as they were displayed on a table outside of the cage there, and then instructing her teammates to use her belts as a weapon. Like it's just perfect. It's mayhem. It's chaos. And I kept having this phrase best worst, but worst not in a bad way, unless this is your first AEW Women's Championship match. Then people might look at it, a different way. But I was like, it's the best worst match I've seen in recent memory. Not worse if you know these wrestlers and their stories. That's what this plunder was. So many stories crashing into each other into a bloody massacre for the ages. Bravo to all of them for a wild, wild experience. And I didn't even get to the heater. We have, she's been great since she's been a Death Rider. I didn't even realize she was in this match, but the presentation and the showcase that, Marina Shafir got, and her going for the champion Chris Statlander, as they're on the outside, and that was that botch sock spot. But before that, she just is kicking everyone on the opposing side. One kick, and they all go down like, oh. She did that to Statlander on the outside after she pulls out a bed of nails right next to the ring announcer's table there, and or the timekeeper's table, and kicks Statlander, and Statlander's like, oh, and just falls back and lands on the bed of nails, a la Homer Simpson, via a fire hydrant as he gets kind of murderized by starfish.
Have you seen the picture she posted on social media of her back from taking that bump?
I did, yes, I did.
It looks like she's got fucking scabies.
And the post pictures of everyone after the match, whoever did those or had the idea of doing these up close and personal before and after, was just incredible. Again, Shafir, man, I was like, give me more of this. The presentation of her walking out, I thought was great. Megan Bain, again, the dominance, the schedule that she is doing. She just came back from Japan, from being in the Stardom Tag League, and then she went back to Japan or right after this grueling match. But she was everyone had their spotlight. Jamie Hayter, like, it was sloppy because people were falling because it was raw. Like you said, it was real. And this is just something that we want in our wrestling. We don't want the we don't want some of the AEW stuff. We don't want the normalcy. We want chaos at times, and it works. We're in a world right now where maybe chaos for good could possibly help, as the chaos for bad unfortunately is taking over. But bravo to all these women. I mean, this is it my favorite match of the year. This will easily be in my top 10. I want to say, but I mean, just so much more. I mean, I joked. I was like, over under 5 of these women being hurt in this match, and thankfully, nothing of reports. Bruises, stitches, what have you. Soreness.
Jamie Hayter
or
has
chipped teeth.
Yeah,
right.
They thought she might have re-broke her nose again, but it looks like she's just got a bunch of chipped teeth from it.
Hey, Tony Khan will gladly pay for that. So
that's my only concern with all of it, and it's counterproductive to everything I've said. So like
and you can't do it again. You can never do this again with the women.
No, because I don't think you can meet the same standard.
No.
You can't do it again.
Maybe you don't do blood and guts for a while because it doesn't need to be the WWE thing where it's a staple every year and you're just having it to have it. Like the men kind of did. I mean, I get it. They kind of rush that storyline. They do that a lot in this company where the women was a little bit more, of a real thing, and it being the inaugural one. And I think they shouldn't do this type of match for a while. But I don't know if the women need to do it ever again, because I don't know how you can. It's like the stadium match, the stadium stampede. That first one's so great because you're like, how are they going to do this? And they do some wacky shit, but it worked for that type of match. And they just kept doing it and doing it while it had some fun spots. It just never captured that first time essence. And these women, all 12 of them, fuck, man, like Marina Shafir's in a corner. Tony Storm pulls a mirror out and she's like, hey, I'm going to put this mirror because you're laying down in the corner and you're going to hold it. I'm going to give you a hip attack. And then Marina Shafir's like, nah, bitch. And then she throws the mirror at Tony Storm as she's running full speed. Like, there's just so much stuff. Go out of your way. If you have HBO Max, put on AEW Dynamite. It should say Blood and Guts. Otherwise, it's from 11/13, I believe. 2025, and just watch the opening match. It's a fucking quick 46 minutes, I guarantee you that, and every second is well worth it. Tekla, Harley Cameron, the puppet came back, everyone killed it, and just bravo. Everyone should get a raise for Mr. Tony Khan.
This is from Turonic. I think that's what that is. Sorry if I butchered that.
The tag team?
Turonic. Hold it. Do you guys feel like Kyle became a made star tonight? He's always been great, but with his matches against Moxley and the ending of the match, I feel like the door has been blown wide open for him. Proving once again that losing in AEW is not a death knell for wrestlers.
I agree, but where was this 2 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? And
But they need it now. People are hurt. Mm-hmm. I mean, if he's gained a little bit of a character, he's been kind of funny. He's been more apparable, a little bit more marketable. I'm not saying this guy's going to sell fucking T-shirts, depending on what bloody T-shirt that they're going to sell of his next. That might sell for a minute, but they need a fresh face. Him getting these wins against Moxley, he's had quite a few, countouts included. But again, it made sense for this rivalry, and I was not expecting it. Will it catapult him? Sadly, for maybe a month. Will it get him a title shot? Possibly in the future, but I don't think it's needed at the moment. Superstardom, I don't know. I don't think so. He has the charisma, but I think for fans that love and respect Kyle O'Reilly, I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
It's up in the air.
I think I'll say this too. I don't think he needs to be, nor do I think he cares about it. Once again, the reason why he's always been such a great wrestler, in my opinion, is he just goes with it. What do you need me to do tonight? I'm an employer. You're my employer. I'm your employee. What am I doing tonight? Thanks. I'll go do what you asked me to do.
Well, then they had that illness that took him out for, gosh.
Oh yeah,
a year.
But I mean, like it just it proves once again that if you do it right, pro wrestling is so easy that you can heat anybody up like that. It's the people who bitch and complain, like who we just talked about, are the ones that aren't in the business anymore. And there's a reason why. At the end of the day, it all works itself out. And it's just, it was great. It was fucking great.
But my only thing is, you have a Daniel Garcia that they tried to work him as a face, and minus a little dance here and there, it's just something that I don't think can ever be reclaimed, recaptured, or even be a success, as building him as a top guy. I think Kyle O'Reilly might have a little bit of an edge, obviously due to experience, and that's no slight against Daniel Garcia, but he just has not found that character yet. Good worker, he's a good hand. I love that he's a Joshi addict. But yeah, Kyle O'Reilly not even superstardom, but putting him into that next level. I think for now, since they're out a lot of key guys, yes, this is perfect. It's the winter, and it's fine. but I give him a shine. Give him a national title run if you must. But it's just something that like you were saying, it's not needed.
No, I
Per
mean,
se.
when that dude was really working for something like that, he was the Ring of Honor. He won the world title in Ring of Honor. Like he's been.
Oh
there.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's been there. He's gotten pushed. He's done it. I don't think he cares. I think he's just enjoying wrestling. Like so to not like disagree with Tyrannic. I already removed it, so I don't have the name anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I apologize. Send it again if you need to. But like, he's just a good hand, and he knows it. He's making a good living, and he's having fun. He's with his buddies, and he's getting to do shit like this, and he's beating John Moxley on it. He's fine.
yeah. To close out the show,
He doesn't need.
I'm happy he has a moment. I'm happy as a moment as a singles guy outside of that, outside of ROH, of course. So yeah, it was a cool, feel good moment. Darby Allin, I don't know what the fuck. This guy's insane. Again, Pac tossing him off. Well, that sounded weird, especially from where he's from in England. But just him throwing him off onto a. Thank God Gabe Kidd figured out that tiny lighter. I don't get why people always have tiny lighters to light a giant table full of gasoline.
Yeah, I was like, he's gonna burn himself alive.
I was like, that's gonna backfire on him, or it's not gonna fucking light. Thankfully, after the third flick, it went. But yeah, the pictures that I'm seeing on the internets are fantastic of that. But this was a great show. And it ended storylines, and it created new storylines, and that's what we want in a wrestling week-to-week show. And I think they did that. Now the Hangman stuff, yeah, he's going through it. He's facing Shibata next week. That's going to be a lot of fun. Do you have Joe win the title? That's the thing.
No.
But we'll answer that next week during our preview.
Oh yeah.
But
Before we leave, Alex, I have one final breaking news.
ooh, what's that?
WWE has announced SmackDown moving back to 3 hours.
Wait, are you Megan and pregnant?
No. By the way, I was going to say this earlier too. My only criticism with Megan Bain is somebody needs to like tell her she can't do some of this. Like when she threw that chair at Hater in the corner, like somebody needs to tell her you need to fucking calm down. Like you're killing people.
Yeah,
you are.
But she's good. She's the future. She is the future. I want to see her in Bozilla bad.
She is great, but man, if she keeps hurting people, no one's gonna want to work with her, and that's gonna be the death of her. Because she's gonna get in there, and, if I'm Jamie Hayter, I would never want to work her again.
No, she's got money though. I mean, money's oh my god.
Jamie
she's
Hayter
good.
doesn't give a fuck anyway. She's a badass.
She's got the look. I mean, but yeah, I mean, she's still very not. I don't want to say green, but she's green.
She's being pushed, I think, before she's ready for the big push she's getting. I think another year of just doing random indies, I think will help. And I think the more reps in AEW like she's getting now, being more of a regular, I think is going to help. But like, holy shit, like that was like Nia Jax unsafe at times.
Shit, the reps it's the type of match though. What do you expect? But with the amount of reps she's going to get within the next 3 weeks, going back and forth. I mean, should definitely help. It was cool seeing like the Stardom women beating the shit out of each other with like her and Storm and Shirakawa.
That's gonna help too going to Stardom because if she gets out of hand in Stardom, they'll slap the shit out of her.
Yeah. So I like that. I like how Sasha seemed, like, hey, I want to be a part of that clique.
Did you see her tweet?
Uh-uh.
She said, because everyone's like, she was only in it for star power. She didn't even do anything or didn't get hurt or whatever. Like, she didn't do shit, people said. She was like, I got hurt as much as everyone else did. And she showed a picture of her hand because she broke a fingernail.
Oh, my God, she's great. They all did fantastic. No, this was just a really fun match. Not fun. Good. This was a match that exceeded way beyond my I would say a lot of people's expectations. A lot of people were getting their popcorn ready. We were ready to shit on it, and we are pleasantly surprised. And bravo to all 12 of you. To the refs, Megan Bain is just dope. Do you think if Camille is in this spot, like, I don't know, like, what do you think of her and Camille? Like,
Camille's
do you think
not
Camille
close
should?
to as good.
Okay.
Nah, she's not nearly as good.
But yeah, give Megan Bain, more time, couple more years, and I think she's the big face. Not, good guy, but I think she could be a main big money player for this company, especially in that division.
Monet on the center of the poster for tonight's House of Glory show. So she's going to do an APAC Wrestling Women's Championship match against somebody named Nora Phoenix Diana, who I've never heard of. I have no idea what that company is, but Monet is going for another title. It's the show has Charles Mason versus Desmond Xavier, Nick Nemeth versus Amazing Red. Looks like Shotzi and Scarlett Bordeaux against Priscilla Kelly and Shayna Baszler. And,
wow.
Maki Ito versus Shayna Baszler. They have Shayna Baszler's name twice, but the girl with Priscilla Kelly is not Shayna Baszler, so they fucked that one up. And then Killer Cross is in the big thing. Yeah, it's the first thing it says. Who's next to Priscilla? Why is there two Shayna Baszlers? Oh, it's Allie Catch. Yep, it's Allie Catch and Priscilla Kelly against Shotzi and Scarlett. Looks like. Because Allie Catch is wrestling. She's back from the injury. She worked First Avenue a couple nights ago.
Did she? Good for her, man. God, that was gruesome. Good for her getting back out there.
And the last thing I'll say about this match, Alex, is I said to you, I'm going to have to see that stupid fucking puppet bullshit again. I know it. And then they brought out the puppet, and I went, God damn it. And then when she threw it and she had the brass knuckles, I went, okay, I'll take it. I'm not mad anymore.
Every spot made sense in this match.
It was a perfect ploy.
Everything.
She knew it would piss her off. She'd lose her edge and forget what she's doing and try to do some shit. And then in turn, she was like, look, I actually got brass knuckles. You bought into it. And then she, bam, bapped her ass. I was like, all right. I can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that at all.
Well, non-ironically, we loved AEW Blood and Guts. We loved the women's Blood and Guts match. We love us some Dragongate. We loved us an E segment this week. We dislike TNA trying to work the workers and the clickbait. We love New Japan, and we wish them well heading into 2026 into the Dome, because like Ryan stated, it could be the best, it could be the worst, but we will wait and see. But until next time, we will preview AEW Full Gear next weekend. We will talk about the MSG Raw show and what comes of that. Gunther,
you're going to talk about that show. I'm not talking about that.
You're not going to watch Gunther and wow.
Who's he wrestling?
Javion Evans.
Okay, I'll watch a Gunther Javon Evans match. Okay.
It's the only match I care about.
All right, I will watch Walter versus Jay Malachi. There, I'll say it that way so I feel better.
Otherwise, until next time and possibly Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. Say goodnight, Ralph.
Good night, Ralph.